Shut your mouth, or I'll kick your teeth down your throat and I'll shut it for you.
I believe in the monsters which lay beneath my bed and cradle sheets all the time. I believe reptiles run society. I make money from volunteers all the time. And I believe the moon is made of cheese, and I'm a celebrity in due time. But I don't believe that I've ever seen you say a single sentence that's worthy of my attention. Please shut your mouth. You've never said a word that someone's really heard. You shut your mouth. Everyone around just wants you to back down. You think that it's all okay to say the things that are on your brain? Well, I think not. I don't care about your day. Every day you need to explain how it was. And I believe the moon is made of cheese, and I'm a celebrity in due time. But I don't believe that I've ever seen you say a single sentence that's worthy of my attention. So shut your mouth. I know it must seem like I'm being really mean, but trust me when I say I'm doing this for you, so that maybe one day we'll finally agree on what you say. I'm doing this for you. Cause I don't believe that I've ever seen you say a single sentence that's worthy of my attention. My attention, my attention. Please shut your mouth. You've never said a word that someone's really heard. Just shut your mouth. Everyone around just wants you to back down. So shut your mouth.
Good evening. Good evening. How we doing? How we doing, everybody? Oh, okay. Welcome in. Welcome in. I have a new setup. I I built a new desk. I'm very pleased. I hope people like it. Actually, I don't care either way. I like it. Fuck it. How we doing, everybody? Good evening, Thorn. Good evening, Radio. Good evening, QTV. Deborah. Jack. Beetle. How you doing? Right. Fucking hell. So, tonight, we are going to talk about Demonmama. Now, some of you are not going to know who Demonmama is, so I'm going to do my best to explain Demonmama to you. I'm going to level with you. I have folders full of fucking shit to go through, and there is a lot. So some of this stream is going to be a bit. I'm worried that it's going to be a bit all over the place at points, but we're going to try and keep it segmented to kind of information and subjects. Now, for those of you who've been keeping up with the Demonmama drama to do with Pseudofawn, Glooby, the loli shit, all the stuff with minors, okay, we are going to talk about some of that. I want to be really clear right off the bat as to what I am once again. I am a shit poster on the internet. I'm not an accountability channel. I'm not here to cancel anybody. It's just not my bag, okay? What I will say is I have gone to the extent with this one now of talking to people in Demon Mama's or previous members of Demon Mama's community, people who've been around those spaces. Actually, weirdly enough, I got reached out to by some people who are just general like members of the LGBT community. And one of the things that's come back is if there's any actions to take, and I want to make it clear that I'm a messenger for this, which Demon Mama will never hear because there's no way she's watching this shit. That server, that Discord server, and I will show you the reasons why should probably end up as 18 plus. That's the opinion of that community. I'm just your fucking middleman, okay? As for the other shit that goes on around Demon Mama and the community, whether we're talking about like attempts at deplatforming, doxing, all the other shit, we're gonna get into some of that stuff, some of the weirder stuff. And that's basically what we're doing tonight, okay? So there's one other element as well to talk about very quickly. We will look over Tyler's video. I've been very silent on the Tyler Sunday drama. I want to be clear that I like both of them. I get on well with both of them. I have no interest in engaging in whatever the fuck that shit is. And I was looking forward to the new leftist meta. It was gonna be fun. I'm disappointed. I feel robbed of long-term content for short-term content. That's my take. So, for those of you who don't know Demon Mama, maybe we should just like start with who is Demon Mama? And this is a clip from her most recent stream. I thought this would be a good place to start because I saw this and was just like, well, it's just fucking stupid, especially given the shit we're gonna get into.
This one's a banger. Ready? Listen to this. Listen to this. This is fire.
I put too much effort into my content, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh, what a banger!
I don't know why this gets me every time. It's just so fucking stupid. Okay, so who is Demon Mama? That's a good question. Demon Mama's history on the internet goes back a couple of years now. Well, actually goes back a lot further. But as a politics streamer, it goes back a few years. She was involved in the sort of like I'm going to say politics renaissance of the dark time where we don't talk about when no one was allowed to go outside. And sort of came up through that. But prior to that, Demon Mama actually has been writing for a while. Now, Demon Mama still writes, and one of the first things I thought it would be fun to do, because Saturdays has become a bit of a reading stream, and I like reading streams. So what if I told you... what if I told you that Demon Mama herself is a writer? She creates things. This is Demon Mama's website, Realm of Emprex of the Transformation Kink. Oh fuck. Okay, now there is a lot of porn on this site which I can't show you, so I need to be careful with. But you may be saying, well, how do we know this is Demon Mama? Because this isn't something that's like widely advertised. So what I'm actually going to do is prove to you this is Demon Mama. There's a few ways we can do this right off the bat. But the first thing I'm going to do is just basically go through the history a little bit of how this kind of profile evolved. So this is the first one we've got. This is Vivian Divinefire, which is the name you'll find on that site. Mother of Demons, Queen of Change. I write stories of deep transformation. Abhorrently lovely, 18 plus on Patreon. So this is like the old Twitter profile for that. Demon Mama herself would sort of like seem to distance a little bit from that name. But it did go through a rebrand, and this is the rebrand to Emprex. To all who love my transformation stories, I've decided to rebrand. My website will now be located at. I've changed my @ from Viv Transformation to Emprex Awakened, so we've got Viv Transformation here, to Emprex Awakened. My old site will redirect to the new, and all my old stories are still up. We can see this. And just to confirm, that is Demonmama. This is a conversation between Demonmama and Gay Fesh. Yes, the era of the cephalopod approaches. Whatever happened to your Sulfur Wolf? I don't know what that is. Look, I'm gonna show you an image in a second that I've had to put black bars on. I'll explain why. I showed her off our stream, but in case anyone hasn't seen her, drawn by Intentions Nasty, who's a member of Demonmama's community. This is Demonmama's OC thing. I don't really know what else other description to give it, okay? It's gonna be one of those streams where I struggle with the lighter the entire time. So, and to be clear, the things I have had to cover up in this image are cursed, are very, very cursed. Home of Empress, Queen of the Demon Fetish, transformations. If you're wondering whether that thing has a normal penis, it does not. It's very red. It's clearly a wolf penis. Like I don't know why Demonmama was like, yeah, give it a fucking wolf penis. That's what this image needs. We'll have a look at the laws. I'm actually gonna take this off screen a second because again, I'm really, really trying here. Okay, guys. Some of this is gonna be difficult. Beetle with the 10. Get yourself a Sammy Beckett if you can eat after this. I mean, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. So, these are the rules of this server, of this website thing. All goings on at the Queen's discretion. The laws are subject to change, especially if the peace is disturbed. We are here to create and transform, not to argue and fight. The Queen does not create illegal material. Twisted, yes. Illegal, no. Content requests, guest posts, art will be at the Queen's discretion. In general, the following topics are not permitted. Scat. Extreme age regression. Extreme violence. Rape and non-consent. All unwilling transformations are in reference to the transformation itself and not to any included or underlying sexual acts. No judgment, just the way it is. So that's... God. And I thought we'd go over a little bit of these masterpieces. So, is this better on the cam page? It might be better on the cam page. Okay. So, the themes for this story. I've moved literally everything around, so I keep looking in the wrong place for chat. So if I'm not reading chat, it's because I can't. Because I'm like, oh, you're not there. The themes for this story are mental change, magical transformations, body type change, cock shrinking, cock transformation, and sexuality change. Now, I also want to be clear right off the bat, because we're going to go through some weird stuff to do with Demonmama and some of her associations that she's had over the years. I can see and find no evidence that Demonmama has ever groomed a minor. I'm not making that claim. I would not make that claim. Because there's just no evidence for this. This is just funny, okay? As far as I could tell, none of it's illegal, none of it's fucked. It's just funny. And that's why we're starting with it, okay? Nothing but constant horniness. There is so much fucking horny posting from this woman. It's actually fucking wild, guys. Good evening, Chris. Good evening, Bestie, by the way. I did see you in chat, and then I didn't say anything because I suck. And Shadow and Priestess. How are we doing, guys? Okay. Fuck. When your friend Leah invited you over for the night, you knew something was up immediately. The twinge of eccentricity in her voice, which she always got when she had another batshit plan, and her lack of speciality, is that specificity for plans, were dead giveaways that she had something cooking. Even still, you almost always had a great time, even when her idea meant going out of your usual comfort zone. And you were friends with benefits. So there's a good chance the night would end with some fun once she'd worked herself up on adrenaline or whatever. When you showed up to her house, she opened the door wearing a cute, oversized black sweater, knitted to look like a cartoon cat's face that hung down low enough that you couldn't even tell she was wearing shorts underneath. She was smiling ear to ear and had tied her straight hair into double buns. She was jittery with excitement, and her glasses looked crooked. You had to control your breathing as your heart rate jumped, both for arousal and her potential pantlessness and anxiety as to what was in store for the night. Serious political streamer, everybody. I fucking Jesus Christ. The moment you stepped inside, Leia quickly shut and locked the doors behind you. You immediately noticed how dark the house was, as she had apparently drawn all the curtains closed before you even arrived. Candles were lit through the hallway, and light was pouring out of her living room doorway. There was a certain romantic element to it, but something seemed off. Leia was sweet, and you loved her to death, but she was more the feral sex on the kitchen floor type than candlelight and rose petals. You didn't have much time to think. She grabbed your hand before you'd even gotten your shoes off, and you almost fell over, kicking your shoes off onto the mat by her door. I can't imagine why she didn't become a professional writer. Leia pulled you into the living room where, once your eyes adjusted to the change in lighting again, you saw a complex arrangement of candles set across the floor. Leia had moved all her furniture to the sides of the room, and the floor was covered in strange chalk drawings and small collections of odd objects, gems, small metal rings, some deep red vials, and maybe bones. Leia, what the hell, you asked. She giggled audibly before lifting up her oversized hoodie and revealing that, indeed, she had no pants on. No matter how many times you'd seen it, her cock was just as beautiful to you. You'd watched as she grew hard just from exposing herself to you, and also took note that she'd shaved herself completely clean for tonight. She took the edge of her sweater, wiggled her hips, making her cock bounce against her thighs, and then finally spoke. "We're gonna do a little magic," she said cheerfully. "Okay?" Hoz with $4.99. Buy a new lighter, you crumpet stuffing ginger tea. Whoop. Look, listen, it's somewhere around here. I think I just moved it. Oh no, it's under a keyboard. Fantastic. Right, there we go. So this is Demonmama's porn. Like written art. So why is this relevant? Why is Demonmama's porn relevant? This gives a good insight into kind of the way Demonmama, I think, views the relationships and communities she has. There is quite a lot of sexual stuff that's discussed within her Discord server, which we'll go into. But generally speaking, Demonmama is somebody who clearly has certain tastes. Now, one of the things you're probably asking is, why is Vosch on the thumbnail? Well, Demonmama sort of fits into that Vosch crowd. And like many people, when the tax folder came out, obviously there were questions raised as to what sort of things Vosch was into. Now, it's my belief, it's my opinion, that Demonmama said nothing on this because it's kind of like throwing stones into glass houses. Part of the problem that I see in communities like this fairly regularly when I go over them is you get like a couple of tiers of people in them. You get the people who are just part of a community and who aren't really engaging in sexual conversations within it. You get people who absolutely do have a kink, which is kind of their reason for being in the community and one of the things they're like pushing for. But all consensual, all adults. And then you get the people who are there because they really want to push this onto people who may not be understanding of it or willing of it. And especially when this comes to minors, it's a problem. Now, Demonmama's community contains minors within it. And this isn't like minors have slipped through the net and there are minors there and we need to get rid of them. Demonmama's community explicitly includes minors. So if we're gonna go through, maybe that's a good place to start. We will get into who Demonmama's partners are first, though. Now, one of the things that caused this stream to happen is a conversation, a video and an interview that happened between Westside Tyler and Glooby. Is it Glooby or Glooby? Who was a member of this server and a member of Demonmama's staff quite early on. Now this conversation, we're just gonna watch through some of this because it's quite important because it feeds into other information. Now, one of the reasons that Tyler became more aware of this is honestly me. Now, we produced a video, it was the first thing we ever made on this channel called the Demonmama video. I know, we're very creative. It's actually, I don't know what the fuck it's called, actually, I can't even remember. But within that video, we included screenshots of Fawn's tweets. Now, I think people have only really seen a section of these. I'm going to go through all of them. But the interesting thing about Fawn is this. Fawn highlights the risk of running a community like this with minors in it. And it's not necessarily an intentional thing, but it does seem to be something that occurs every fucking time anyone does this in a community. So we're going to go through Glooby's testimony and kind of go from there.
We can just hop into the timeline of stuff.
Okay. I am Glooby. I was a thumbnail artist for Demonmama, and I've known her for about 8 years. I would consider myself, or I did consider myself, a close friend of hers for a good amount of time. I suppose I should just get into the timeline then. I met Demonmama, as she's mentioned on stream a couple times, on Overwatch in 2016, late 2016 at the latest. I was 13, 14 at the time, and our relationship just started off like friendly, and we played games together. I eventually was introduced to her partners, and we played as well. And
can I ask you a little bit about those? So how did you first meet for real? Like, so what, you said you were playing a game. What game were you playing? And how old were you at the time?
So I was 13 or maybe 14 at the time. I think 13, because it would have been, if I remember correctly, it was on Overwatch on a Kings Row match. It wouldn't have been during any of the holiday stuff, so it wouldn't have been like decorated towards it. So it would have probably been summer of 2016. So I would have been 16 at the, or not 16, sorry, 13 at the time. I met her. She was in voice call and in the like match lobby, and people were like giving her shit for like talking. I'm guessing, I'm assuming, is because she's a trans woman and just people being bigoted and shitty. And I was like a goober little kid, so I was like, fuck those people. If you want, we could go play it. We were doing well, yada yada. And we ended up grouping up together after that game and just continued playing throughout the night. And then we added each other on Discord. I don't know if it was that day or after a bit, but I know we played for a good bit, and then that's how we started talking online and all that.
$5 from M. Fuck. What is your full name? Oh, Brain Dead, thank you. There we go. I didn't consent to Demonmama porn, yet here we are. Nothing tops dinosaur porn, but we don't really talk about that stream in good company. True.
And I think I'm aware that Demonmama's age is she was born in 1990, I believe, so she would be about 26 in 2016.
Mm-hmm. I did not know that was her age. Good to know, actually. So that actually helps me a lot, timeline wise here. So that will give me some good.
So that's a basic intro to this. We'll get into basically the conversation with Fawn quickly, so I don't want to linger too long on this.
So at that point, it was casual, and I know I was sharing art. I don't know if it was not safe for work in nature at the time, but I know I was just sharing general art that I made in the chat, and Fawn was sharing the stuff that she made, and it was mostly not safe for work in nature. Some of it wasn't. Around then, I would say that's when like the sharing of it became like it started with Fawn. And I know Demonmama did share some of the stuff that like she didn't draw. I know she doesn't draw, but I know she did share some of the stuff that she was into as well in the art chats.
Can I? This is going to be a little.
So hold on. It's been a while since I watched that. I think that's an interesting point to go over. Give me a second.
Stuff that like she didn't. I would say that's when like the sharing of it became like it started with Fawn. And I know Demon Mama did share some of the stuff that like she didn't draw. I know she doesn't draw, but I know she did share some of the stuff that she was into as well in the art.
So what we have essentially here, and again, this is an allegation, but I don't think it's too far a stretch when Demon Mama has promoted at least or acknowledged the existence of her erotic porn. The idea that this was shared within like her community, which has minors in it, is not miles away. Now, like one of the things that I think is becoming a bit uncomfortable with a lot of stuff is, and we'll get into a bit more of this, but things like promoting OnlyFans to an environment that includes minors is something you should shut down, especially when you have a community which is meant to be promoting a safe space for those minors. Tell you with $4.99, why do you look like the bad guy from a 90s movie set in a mountain resort? That is the coolest thing anyone's ever said about me. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Art chats.
Can I? This is going to be a little gross. You're already familiar with this stuff, but can I describe some of these images, and you can confirm that these are the ones that you sent me, that she sent you earlier?
Yes, go for it.
So one of them is this is from Pseudophon on July 28th, 2020. It's like the back end reproductive organs of a horse with a tail.
Oh, the atomically accurate horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I remember when I saw that the first time, I was shocked.
So to be clear, let's get a decent sized image of that, which is depressing to say about this image. These are DMs between Pseudophon and Glooby, while Glooby is a minor, where Pseudophon is sharing an image of an anatomically correct horse vagina or asshole. Like, fucking why? And again, this is Demon Mama's partner. Now the question is, were mods aware of how old people were in the server? Were they aware of how old Glooby was? Now, I've only heard this through the grapevine. I don't think I've seen direct evidence of this, but according to ex-members of Demon Mama's community, yes, this seemed to get confirmed on Ico's stream. They were aware. It's pretty much a case closed thing at that point, because if the mods are aware, you've got one of two possibilities. Either Demon Mama was not told by her mods that there were minors. Now, Demon Mama did know Glooby's age. I think it's safe to say that, and I will show you why it's in this video. I think that's a reasonable conclusion to come to. But certainly, again, you know, if you've got mods around you who are aware of this, do something about it. $4.99. Damn it! I forgot to call you boss at the end. I'm losing my touch, boss. That's fine, Teddy. You are forgiven. Thank you, buddy.
I was like, oh, this is.
I may actually just hire Teddy.
This is a bit much, even for what I expected Fawn to be into. And at this point, well, I guess.
So we'll go ahead to I think the story about the dildos.
Did you think that was a major highlight of your relationship with these individuals while you were in the server with them, that you were notable for your youth and for sort of, I don't know, your kind of permissibility with sharing these fairly explicitly sexual images?
It like they acknowledged it, but it didn't really change anything, I guess. Like I kind of was just another one of the people in there, despite my age. And I guess I can get into this part of the timeline then, the video call incident.
Please.
I think we were playing games at first, but it ended up being either we were playing games or drawing or hanging out or something. So I know Demon Mama and Fawn were in the call, and Fawn turned on her camera, and I look over, and she's flashing dildos on her screen and laughing. And
This is very specifically in a call where you're playing a game with minors and you just turn your camera on. Now, for those of you who are aware of Lily Orchard, one of the accusations against Lily Orchard is that Lily Orchard has courted a minors audience and has done streams on things like Pokemon and then flashed her tits at the stream. And people are like, hey, you have minors in your audience. What the fuck are you doing? These are pretty basic. Now, when we talk about grooming, and I cannot stress enough how much I am not a fucking pedophile hunter, nor do I don't want to fucking become one. And I swear to God, 2024 is, I don't know who's to blame for this, but I don't know why it is back-to-back groomer allegations every other fucking week. I've had enough. I've fucking had enough. God. But if you are engaging with known minors in sexual conversations, that is the normalization of that. And that's what we're talking about when we're talking about grooming. That's what that is. You are normalizing those conversations for whatever fucking reason, but you're normalizing them. This is a form of grooming. That may not be the intention. You may not be a predator or like directly think you are. It's so difficult with these ones because I know the minute you say something like this about a trans woman, people are like, well, that's a right-wing talking point. I'm like, Fawn sent sexual images and showed dildos to a known minor on a fucking gaming call. What else are we meant to? What are we meant to do with this? And as for Fawn herself, we'll get a bit more into it. But anyway, this is like the core ones for those. Now I want to get into the DM next. Where is this DM? So here we go. Okay. This is a conversation between Glooby and Demonmama. It'll feed the horny minds, including mine. By the way, if you're worried about not safe for work stuff, I'm 18, so we vibing cuz. I'm not anymore. That's an acknowledgement that you knew that this person was underage in your community, possibly for multiple years. And you're like, well, I'm not worried now. What the fuck else are you meant to do with this? Now, how does Demonmama view these communities that she is like running? Well, let's find out. This is Demonmama's rules page. We showed this in the video, but I'm going to read it to you. In fact, actually, I'm just going to read Rule 3. While we are a sex-positive space and allow for the discussion of sex and sexual humor, this isn't a not safe for work server. We do not allow sexually suggestive images or nudity on the server, no nipples or genitals no matter your gender, nor do we allow for sexual humor to be directed at other members of the server. Okay, well, that actually does happen. So that happens to minors, essentially. I don't really know why that's not enforced. Especially if you do not consent to such things. This isn't because we think sex is bad, but rather because we wish to facilitate a space where people of all ages can learn about politics and can feel free from having to be the object of sexual attention. We'll get into that. Repeat violations may result in further measures. We recognize sexual content can be difficult to define, but our mods will approach this erring on the side of safety and comfort of community members. Spoiler alert, they did not do that. This is one of the main mods from Demonmama's community. This is Aura. So Aura, very specifically, we'll just fucking... Why'd you have to be such a long message? I will say there are minors present on the Discord, and that's a conscious choice Demonmama made, so be aware of that. As for the DNI stuff on social media, I have zero clue. That's just an asexual. I'm just an asexual yelling into the void on social media, so I don't really care. And while it may be an asexual yelling into the void, this is Aura having, like, basically promoting what it seems to be a sex education stage in this server, which, do you know what? I don't know how I feel about. Like, on one hand, you're saying, you know, you have minors here, you know, you have sexual conversations, and you're holding stages, like, it's bizarre. So I'll just read this to you. So I could be wrong here, But over the last few days, it seems like there's a desire/need amongst some of us to discuss queer topics amongst ourselves. Without calling people out by name, some of us had questions about binding, some of us just discovered an identity spectrum, some of us don't know what being an egg is, a trans person that hadn't yet/is just starting to realize they're trans. Along those lines, would there be any interest in doing an extended voice chat in one of these voice channels this weekend about LGBT topics? Say LGBT queerness. Queries? Jesus fucking Christ. Educating baby gays/trans people is something I'm passionate about, and I have done a fair bit of research into queer theory over the years. Format I'm proposing is basically a big voice chat with questions and answers by the community, with the main speaker shifting based on the topics. So if an ace question pops up, an ace person/people talk on that subject. Same with NB, trans, lesbian, pan, etc. If we do this, I would ask it's not streamed/downloaded, uploaded, recorded for several reasons, including this could potentially include very personal queries. A more minor but important to me reason being I don't like my voice right now, and thought of having it permanently recorded somewhere is kind of panic inducing. If we do, I propose that Demonmama is not streaming this week. We do this at 4 PM PST on Sunday and give the community a thing to do while Demonmama takes away well-deserved break. Also, on one last note, hopefully when this happens, this would not be a debate on these issues, it would be education. If you want to debate about/against queer things on the basis of topics being queer, this is not for you. Our rights are not up for debate. However, queer LGBT people are not a monolith, and good faith discussions about topics within/between LGBT people would be appropriate. How/if the word queer has been used should be reclaimed, for example. Teddy with the $4.99. Okay, boss, I gotta go. Can't wait for the payday. That $40 in nickel will help me feed my stuffing child with only one leg and no arms. I'm so pleased. So, I spoke to somebody about Aura, who's an ex-community member. Their impression of Aura is she's well-meaning. I believe that's the pronoun. I apologize if it's not. But they're well-meaning. But also, I've seen the logs constantly through DM's Discord logs. Aura's going, there are minors here. There are minors here. There are minors here. There are minors here. Remember, there are minors here. Remember, there are minors present. There are minors present in the Discord. If you constantly have to say, there are minors present in your Discord, do you not think the fact that these conversations are occurring regularly enough for you to constantly say it is an issue? Don't you literally have to get special training to teach sexual education in America? So, one thing that a friend of mine said to me, we were chatting a little bit about this, and they said, like, we remember what it was like when we were younger, and we met, like, older gay people and older LGBT people, and the view was, well, if we got told stuff from them, it wouldn't be as bad as it was for them because they had to learn it through really creepy old men and stuff. The problem is you're doing literally the same fucking thing. Like you're doing exactly the same fucking creepy action that had impacts on you to another group of people. It's just fucking infuriating. Anyway, so very quickly, because it is relevant, yes, Fawn was a mod in this server. To be clear, Fawn, it was a mod on this server. This wasn't just, she wasn't just a random, like, partner. She's a mod. Helldweller. Vernal Guard. Mods. Server booster. Okay. So. I guess we're going into the Discord. I guess that's where we are. Now, I have so much fucking shit this Discord. I don't know if the best place to start isn't just the admissions of ages, because this wasn't kept quiet. Maybe it is. Let me just close some of these. So, let's start with you. So, I'm just going to go through these. So this deleted user, I'm 14. This is a long conversation. I'm 14. The brokenness couldn't be realer. The brokenness couldn't be realer. I'm 14. I'm 14 with transphobic parents. I'm 6'5" or 6'7", but I'm 14 and still growing, so it's not looking good. It was because I'm 14. You know, if you want to make the claim, they didn't know. This is another deleting user. I'm literally 14. I wish I could get the vaccine. Bitches crying over getting a free lawnmower or some shit. This is Mo is pretty chill. No need. I'm 14. And this is in 2020. 13. Deleted user. I'm 13. 15. Cash McCrash. No, I'm 15 lol. Best served cold. Prob not the best because I'm 15. Deleted user. I'm 15. Sorry, I know some of the aspect ratio on these bad. In Canada, I, as a 15-year-old, would have an easier time approaching abusive parents, being considered depressed, than getting euthanized with full support from the government. Deleted user, someone responding to somebody saying, I'm 20 and technically a Zoomer, but the 15-year-olds are into fork, knife, and TikTok. I'm literally 15, Lamau. Dame Juno, I mean, I've had attempts at my life. I'm 21, nearly 22, and feel like ancient. Havoc, I'm 15, and I have a few, like 1 or 2. 16. I really just want to drive home that there should be no question from the mods that there are minors in this server. There shouldn't be a surprise to fucking anybody who has been in this server. Okay? This is it's not hidden. It's not like done on the quiet. I've seen servers do things on the quiet. And recently I was looking at something else where that appears to be happening. But this is not that. It's explicit. 16. We'll get into J177 because they are somebody relevant to part of this as a later story. I'm 16 and I wasn't forced to. I'm 16 and only 2 weeks ago I had the guts to tell everything to my parents. Remember, I'm 16. I'm 16 and depressed. Now, there is something that I have heard on the grapevine about J177. Now, this is highlighting a risk, which we'll get into when we talk about someone named Cascade in this server. But while J177 claims to be 16 in these messages, I've been told, and this is only through word of mouth, that their actual age was closer to 13 or 14. And they do engage in these conversations. Now, minors are obviously going to lie. That's not a mod fault. It's not a mod problem. But encouraging, like, a space where people can say that they're minors and a space where you can have these sexual conversations leads to these sort of obvious problems. So, again, that's what I've been told. I've got no evidence for it other than the testimony. So, Phantom Scribe, another person who's going to come up. I'm 16, I'm going to college next year. Let me have my fantasies in peace. Tumblr Tradwife, another person who comes up. Yeah, I'm 16. Cleric and Gold, I'm 16 on 17 for your information. Void Duck. Void Duck is another person who's going to come up quite a bit. Void Duck. I guess since I'm new here, I may as well introduce myself. I'm Void. I'm 16. And I'm fairly new to being involved in politics. I found Mama through Hippy Dippy, championship VOD that Vosch posted. Fairly recent, sort of figured out that I'm trans. And once the insurance is here in the not-based state of Texas goes through, I'm going to start the official trans process. I'm not sure how else to describe it. I'm a huge nerd of Transformers and also fairly recently Gundam/Gunpla, so yeah, that would be me. Void Duck can't do that. I'm 16. I'm 16, jobless, and live in Texas. John Ben, I'm 16, but my mum's super anti-vax, so I can't get it. I don't think medically I'm able to take it, even if I was. Deleted user. Someone called me a boomer today. I'm 16, Lamau. Is it normal to have growing pains at 16? And then 17? Which, you know, as a British person, I care slightly less about, because... Wired. Because I'm 17. Angry Fruit. I'm 17. Equality Matters. I'm 17. Well, I'm 17 years old and can't download any games from Nintendo that are M-rated. Unlucky Charms. Yes, I'm 17 and not too old to be trick-or-treating. I'm 17. La 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 la. I'm 17. Deleted user. And while I'm 17, I don't have a driver's license because I don't trust myself to drive well. Deleted user again. Another one. I'm 17 right now. I think I had my birthday past the deadline. Probably distracted. I'm only 17. Currently 17 and closeted transgender. From Equality Matters again. And Grass. I'm also 17 and same. So. Okay. That's a breakdown of the ages in this server. Teddy with 999. I'm going to buy a puppet, pretend it's a 14-year-old, and start talking to it inappropriately just to see what all the fuss is about. Like, these streamers seem to really love it. God, fuck. You say that, but I didn't think you'd deliver on the Hitler fanfiction, so... Here we are. Okay. Now... I've got breakdowns of these fucking folders. So, like, Jenny did the breakdowns of these folders. Some of them are just, like, saying dick, for example. I want to have a look at OnlyFans first. Just to give... I don't want to linger on this one, because they're just general conversations. But... it's more the fact of openly talking about OnlyFans, but I need to find the right one I want to use. Though, interestingly... just so we're clear, this is just an example of Cleric Gold, who we saw in the age folders. I heard that Pornhub will probably implement some of the functionality of OnlyFans into their platform, like they did with Tumblr, debacle to take the refugees again, now from OnlyFans. Yeah, it's about the OnlyFans situation, it's wicked funny. Memes are never funny when they're explained, but it's one of those, that's the neat part, you don't memes, but OnlyFans being Mark and Tumblr being Omni-Man. Cascade comes up a lot, I'm going to be honest with you, in these fucking conversations. I think one of the reasons I'm trying to sort of just nail in on some of these things with like OnlyFans is you're having these conversations with minors around. Why? You shouldn't be promoting your fucking OnlyFans to these fucking places. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let me reset these slightly and we'll go into the conversations with minors themselves. So, having seen ages, did conversations between adults and minors occur of a sexual nature within Demonmama's server? And were, importantly, when these were pulled from the server, it was about 10 months ago. So while many of these images are older, while many of these people are now of age, this wasn't something that the mods felt was like, oh, we need to step in and delete. They were there for years. They were there for when we did the pull. Which, you know, again, shows where the priority of the server actually is. And that is Demonmama's mod team. Okay. So, let's start with Void Duck. Now, I want to just have a quick look through these very quickly. Very quickly. Okay. Okay. So. This is Cascade having a conversation. I hate how flustered I get watching that part of the VOD where she shows off. And this is a response with, can't believe mother has 2 tongues. I just remembered that. To Ethel. Yeah, it seems very icky. I could not imagine doing something like that to my body. No, like horny. Like bottom horny. Void duck, go to horny jail. Response. I am a grown woman with desires and I will not be shamed for them. I am a grown woman who doesn't want... I am not a grown woman who doesn't want to hear about that during my pre-sale class. I'm literally just saying a trait I like. It's not exactly lewd. You're having these conversations around minors. In an open Discord. Why? Like, just be like, oh, you're a minor? No, I don't want to engage. Why would you want to engage in that conversation? Am I fucking missing something? I think part of it as well is if you're in a server where there are minors, does anyone want to fucking stay there? Does any adult seriously be like, yeah, no, sure, this is fine? That's a reference Demonmama's split tongue, which she spent thousands of dollars on instead of paying the people who work for her. Fucking hell, we're not having a fucking labor debate, but yes. Because it costs like $5,000 or something, right? Fuck's sake. I'm simping for Lord Demiscu, to be honest. 9 foot tall, muscular vampire daddy. Yes, please, from Void. Pecs like dinner plates, let me eat. Raise your hand to get on your knees, Daddy D. I don't need legs, he can just lift me. I want to be, just as a separate thing as well. The responsibility for banning, like, removing these conversations and shutting them down isn't on random server members. Just so we're clear. It's very particularly on the mod team and the people who own this server. So, like, I don't want this to become a thing where, like, wow, you had it. Like, there's no evidence that many of the server members, other than the exception of maybe Cascade, really knew the ages of people when they engaged in what are fairly random conversations. It's more the sheer fucking irresponsibility of allowing these conversations to occur and then being like, oh, okay. Boy, what could we do about it? How would we know? For fuck's sake. Well-to-do people need that very specific kink fulfilled. This is a response to Void Duck. If furries are A-tier clients, then who are S-tier clients? Katsipa, unironically true, furries with very specific kinks who are generous with their wallets are the best clients on the planet. Void Duck, give me my willing, vor digestion cum respawning infinite lives weight gain. Saul, I'm sure you can find that without too much difficult, and there are artists willing to indulge, but here it will cost you if you want anything more than a rough sketch. Void Duck, I know, I was just joking. Saul, not even furries, specifically. I don't know how many accounts I've come across that are just the person's commissions of the same basic thing over and over again. Saul, sure, but it bears repeating for any thirsty people here looking for something a little different. True, true. I don't know whether to read this conversation as just like a back and forth, and again, I don't have any evidence that Saul knew the age, but that is a minor talking about commissioned furry pornography within your server, Demonmama. By the way, Cleric of Gold is not a minor, but claim they had alters which were under 18. I fucking hate this timeline. Discord is proof that there was never a god. I don't know why. Like, this is why I don't want a Discord. Other than like the basic one I've got, which is not widely advertised. This is why. Deleted user, sub to my OnlyFans and you'll find out. Damn, you just told a minor to sub to your OnlyFans. Bad luck. Yeah, it is probably a bad look. It's probably the sort of thing that if you saw as a moderator, you'd be like, hey, maybe we should rethink some things. Just fucking hell. Actually, yes, please. Same kinky fuckers, you and I, from Void Duck. Nice. Void Duck, oh no, don't put me in a position where I'm powerless against you and you're so big and strong. That would be terrible. At the very least, at what point do you kick this minor and so, like, pull them aside and be like, hey, shut the fuck up or get out? Jesus Christ. No, we want to be a sex positive and inclusive space. So minors can discuss furry fetish art with adults. Fantastic. Well done, Demonmama. What a fucking crowning achievement. What a great what a great part of the fucking project. I probably shouldn't be doing this. It's an election year. Jesus fucking Christ. Cuddlepuss, what's in your pants? A girl dick, what you want? Void Duck, a taste. Natsick, chase a bait. Natsick, called it. Void Duck, I regret nothing. Cuddlepuss, XD. Nastic, fucking called it. Deleted user, based. Void Duck. Welsh's voice is super nice too, but he just has to be a piece of garbage. Rusty, sigh, you know we can find you kidlets, some sexier daddy types, to swoon over than Matt fucking Walsh. Just saying. I mean, that seems like a direct acknowledgement of Void Duck's age. And actually, okay, I will say this is part of the reason I started with Void Duck. So I happen to know that Void Duck wasn't like, their age wasn't just like, oh, okay, they said it once. This was fairly well known. In fact, Void is somebody who was like referenced to me in relation to a whole other fucking server. So I mean, clearly people were aware. And okay, the one thing I'm missing is whether Void Duck is Void Error, and that's possible. Oh. This is one folder. Okay. We're gonna move on to Phantom Scribe. We're gonna move on to Phantom Scribe. God, I fucking hate doing this. I was very tempted to come on and do the Demonmama thing to begin with. And do the, like, we're not getting into anything until you get me some likes, until you subscribe, until you donate. Put the donate button in. We're gonna drop a nuke. But the truth is, you may notice I'm not my usual laughy, giggly self. I don't want to fucking do this stream. Okay? I fucking hate this topic. I really do. Because not only does it mean that I have to engage with a leftist, like the leftist political space, which other than people like Sunday and Tyler and things, I don't want to fucking deal with. There's a reason I didn't really talk about the Xena and Poppy stuff. I think these people are fucking legitimately insane, and we'll get into some of that. I want to do, like, I like doing the reading streams. I like talking about old lore stuff. I don't want to sit and, like, yes, it feels like the Chris Tyson server shit all over again. It's like, you know what this looks like, Demonmama. You've been around. And, like, when we talk about, like, the Xena and Poppy stuff, for example, the truth is that, like, when shit was coming out about that server, no one was fucking surprised. Boogie! For 199. Like the Cryx cycle, the Discord cycle's endless, yeah. I just find this shit, like, at this point, annoying. It's never ending. And I feel like, and I'll guarantee, like, I can already tell you what's going to happen. Demonmama won't address this. She won't address this. She will move off it. Because, like, the video clip I showed you at the beginning is Demonmama just dancing and joking after the Xanderhall nuke stream. And the reason she's doing that, the reason she didn't, like, further engage in the Xanderhall stuff, again, in my opinion, is because Sunday started fighting with her. It was like, it's irresponsible. And the only way she knows how to deal with drama these days is to stonewall it. We'll get into the way she used to deal with drama, because that's at least fun. I want to get this shit out of the way. Oh, I covered the Xena and Poppy stuff myself, and to be honest, I regret dipping my toe into that. Yeah, look, I don't blame, like, somebody from my regular audience, I won't name who, messaged me and was like, hey, how do I learn about Demonmama? Because I know like nothing about her. And I was like, honestly, I will explain as much as is relevant, but fucking no one's really cared about this person for ages. They've kind of like skirted off into their own little fortress arc. The only reason I'm still talking about it, well, frankly, it's actually more to do with gay Fesh. But also, yeah. Do you know what, at this point, if people are going to dismiss our original video, which, you know what, I get it. Our original video is a shitpost video. But we are at least sat on all of these screenshots. We are sat on the information. So we probably should talk about it. Then I will. And if people are still going to dismiss things like the Tyler video because they're like, well, he talked about labor. It's like, well, that's not really the relevant part to most of us, is it? It's the fact that Demonmama had an employee who was underage, who they... Actually, no. Let me rephrase. Demonmama had a friend in Glooby who was underage. They knew they were underage. They knew these sort of sex conversations were happening in their server. They did nothing about it. And I don't think Demonmama's a fucking groomer. I do think Demonmama's fucking negligent. Like, this isn't a safe space for, like, LGBT people. This isn't a fucking safe space for anybody. Because I will say this as well. Somebody less charitable than me may look at these messages and say, hey, if you were involved in these conversations in a server you knew minors were in, maybe you're a little bit sus. You're literally handing ammunition to people who just want to attack your community. And so I'm trying to do my best to really not just pull the entire, like, just show you every sex conversation in this fucking server. Because whether minors were involved or not, or whether known minors were involved or not, they were certainly around. It was certainly around. Let's talk about Phantom Scribe. So... Oh, God. Some Wask... I can't pronounce that, guys. Oh, woo, sometimes guys are chairs. All faces are chairs if you sit on them. This is too horny. You are banished. Ah, fuck, is the horny cups run. I wonder if they have handcuffs. Oh my God. Stop making Discord spaces from lazy. Thank you for the 5. True. Stop it. It's not worth it. What? We just had this with the fucking Kumo server as well. Stop it. Just start group chats with people. We should have one server. We should have one server per community. That's my new policy. You're allowed one server, and the only thing you're allowed to do in it is like fucking post good morning and cat memes. That's it. That's all you're allowed. The rest of it, fuck off. Right, okay. Dommy Mummy Loki, deleted user. Why do all our conversations devolve into horny? A question I'd like an answer to. Loki is the new MILF, guys. Where is Twitter when you need it? Did you forget you're in a lefty server? Phantom Scribe. Leftists are unable to not be horny unless they're ace, and even then, not every ace person all the time. Alora, who is like a top mod. Ace people are mega horny. Cleric, true. Well, there you fucking go. Oh, God. Is it weird / possible gonna bite me in the ass that I don't sign any of my artwork? Sign it with a stamp of your asshole. True. Imagine normalizing this stuff and just being like, yeah, this is normal. Fuck. Oh my God. Right, okay. I have no idea what I am, except that I'm a degenerate bottom and do not like being a man. I like everything that isn't masculine cis dudes. The only masculine cis dudes I like are movie actors. Sebastian Stan, rail me, Sebastian Stat. Hate everything. I'm not like romantically into cis men, but sexually, same. Will never date one, but they can fuck me all day. I need me a mummy dummy trans girl. To be clear, conversations like this occurring is what Chris Tyson has been cancelled for. Unironically. The only difference, okay, so the only difference here is that Demonmama isn't posting like, Demonmama's server didn't have fucking like pornographic images in it. It just had promotions of people's OnlyFans, apparently, by server members, and a promotion of a potential promotion of Demonmama's erotica. Like, kill me. Ties, $5. Seems like you could use a pint, bud. Should have drunk doing this. Rachel, people need to stop making sex so important in their life. Yeah, I mean, unironically, I just don't, like, I don't see the need for any of this shit. Okay, that's Phantom Scribe. I'm not going to show you, like, because we'll be here for fucking hours, and then I really will lose my mind. The last one I want to go into, at least for these minor conversations, because we have other things that I want to cover, is basically talking about J177. So, J177 was, I need to find a good screenshot. Because I'm not going to show you a lot of these. I just want to talk about the person. J177. Gay dolphins, huh? Actually fungus. They'll rape anything, even humans. Well, to be fair, a hole is a hole. Deleted user. Famous last words. Let's talk about J177. J177, from what I have been told, had a very weird relationship and interactions with what's their name? Cascade. Now you've seen Cascade through some of the like screenshots. Cascade appears in a lot of them and a lot of the collages and a lot of the random shit everywhere. They're actually somebody who seemed to have issues with the mods themselves, because even the mods with Cascade at least were like, I don't know, man. Maybe shut up. If that's, sorry, Cascade is apparently a woman. I don't fucking know the pronouns. But Cascade left this server with a few other people and joined another one. It was only really there that apparently a lot of this became really obvious. But Cascade, again, this is from testimony, with J177, seemed to do this whole thing of really encouraging Jay to be either queer or trans. This was like quite a big push that they put into things. Now, again, I only have like some testimony of this. I don't know how much has been scrubbed from that server before we got a hold of it. I would suggest actually probably a fair amount there. And I think after this, even more is probably gone. But Cascade is evidence, as is Fawn, of people engaging with fairly sexual conversations with minors with a mind of normalizing their proclivities to those people. That's an issue that you should probably have dealt with. Now you can say, well, how did Demonmama know? How would Demonmama know who Fawn was? And to that I say, because Fawn was not fucking quiet about this. Fawn was very, very open. So let's have a look at Fawn's. We've got two folders here. We're going to have a look at Fawn's tweets to begin with. And then we're going to go through... I'm going to hit something else, I think. So, first off, two folders. One is animals, one is weird sex freak shit, okay? I didn't name these folders. Fucking hate my day. Okay. So, oh, that didn't work. Why don't you do that? Pain in my ass. Okay. These are all public. These are 2022. I don't know how old Fawn is. Now, one accusation I have heard, it's been brought up once. It's brought up in a another streamer's Discord place, and someone sent it to me. There was a questioning of how old Fawn was. Fawn themselves is at least over 18 when some of these tweets are happening. Somebody confirmed that to me. Some of them may have been when they were a minor, but there was no real change between these things. And I think that's matter. Fawn was born in 1996. Please don't make me do maths, Jenny. I don't know I barely know how old I am anymore, okay? I've reached that point. Anyway, Fawn. I've experienced mostly the opposite. I see great collage pics from Oregon furs. Meanwhile, all I have here is ACAB vegan queer tech stickers, which is valid, but I want to see huge animal titty. Shout out to my cousin who talked about shapes, animal penises, and lightning busy work schedule while we walked around. Faye on Twitter gently attempts jokes, avoids opinions on anything besides video games, making only vague reference to weird stuff. Faye speaking in private to a minor acquaintance, which I really hope wasn't Glooby. But, you know, when you say minor acquaintance, you're like, oh, someone you don't really know. But with everything else with Fawn, what do you mean by minor, Fawn? What does minor mean in this context? Because we're questioning that now. You fucking freak. Faye, speaking in private to minor acquaintance. You're like horsecock? I'm a big fan of deer pussy. I want to fuck 8 people at once, dragon mummy dummy mum. What? I can't imagine why Demonmama didn't come out and defend Vosch. It's a mystery! Pedophilia, but it's ironic, so it's okay, from What's Michael. Jab, sub, I only fuck dogs, ironically. Fawn, it's like this. It's real simple. It applies to everything. Like dog cocks, draw a dog cock. Just draw it. For yourself. Don't draw someone else's dog cock, and don't touch a real dog cock. Bada bing, it's all good. I can't believe the guy behind McAfee Firewalls has actually fucking fucked a dolphin. Dolphins have cool genitals, but don't fuck non-sapient things, shaking my goddamn head. Apparently, he also tried to fuck a whale, like that dude's a household name. Orcas have cool genitals. Yeah, you get what I mean. I'm gonna get some really angry DMs from Cecil McFly, aren't I? I'm gonna get... We talked about this. I don't want to hear more about fucking bestiality. Stop. Stop it. Why are people constantly surprised I'm a furry? Start drawing a lot more animal genitalia. You know, just get the message across. What fictional character who lacks basic human features are you most sexually attracted to? Entity. Well, since the clause is lacking rather than devoid, I'd have to say several of my drawing characters are pretty fuckable. Be entity, but if this was other people's work, I guess creepy, sussy, has no nose, ear, or many definable body parts, so, you know. Less statues of historic racists, more statues of Pan and his goat cock. What? Stop, please. Chris is like, I can't stop. I can't stop. I said this earlier that I never wanted to do this fucking stream. I never wanted to do this fucking stream, but I'm forced to. Because apparently, the montage shit wasn't enough, okay? It wasn't. It was shit. It was the worst part of that fucking video. I'll never do it again. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Like and subscribe. Right. I like the way Jenny censored that one, like a statue's an issue. It's art, Jenny. The only person getting off the statues of Pan is Fawn, okay? That goat sheep thing where the whole skin runs up their tail. She got the fuck me everything. Her entire being was designed to scream, pound my cloaca hole, and give me fucked up hybrid babies. Thanks, Fawn. You fucking freak. White women, am I right? I'm just laughing to myself. God. Fuck, okay, right. Let's get into the Shota stuff. That's upset. I hate this stream. Fawn, nobody. Me. Baby dick is kind of an endearing term, to be honest. Cute little ones deserve love too. Fawn, hey guys, I'm done fapping to lollies and playing bad video games. Time to continue doing it, but this time I'm on Skype. Well, at least we know what situation you're in when you started showing dildos to minors. Thanks for letting us know. White women need to keep away from animals. Yeah, that's very true. I'm just gonna have sex with this 3-year-old non-human with demon-looking things coming out of her back. You're posting this publicly. Now I know some people are going to do the brainworms. They're cartoons. They're not real. It's not real. Okay, what we're talking about here is proclivities. Now, if you want to be one of those people who says that, and you'll note, I personally have never just seen someone who's like, oh, you look at lolly, you're a pedophile. I don't do that. But I would ask all of you to honestly answer a question for me. Just answer this question, and I'll be happy. What was the last porn film any of you watched for the storyline? When was the last time you watched a pornographic movie that you weren't in some way attracted to by choice? Or do you seek out porn that in some way speaks to a deeper kink or fetish that you have? More than that, on a deeper level, we've seen Fawn, again, interacting with minors. People, like, seek this particular type of media out for a reason. It's not the same as watching a fucking action movie. It's not the same as watching violence in anime. These aren't the same things. We seek out particular types of media and content for a reason. If you want to make the argument, hey, if somebody who has pedophilic tendencies wants to watch Lolicon, I don't care. I don't care about that drawn stuff, because then they're not harming real kids. Do you know what? I don't care if you want to make that argument. If that's your opinion, fine. I don't want to fight with you. I don't care. But what I will say is, if somebody has those kind of tendencies and that's why they are seeking that content out, I don't want to be fucking near them. And I think it is completely reasonable for other people to not want to be near them. And if you know that those people have those proclivities, I think you should probably create environments when they're not around minors. Shocking, I know. A bold strategic hot take. But I think it's pretty fucking obvious, actually. So, let's go to the next one. So we're going to go through each of these, just so they're out. Just so they're out in an easily findable place. And whoever's time-stamping this, because I want to be me. Because I'm never going to look at this fucking stream again when I'm done with it. Here are the fucking screenshots. I wrote an entire short story about incest, but it's okay because they were aliens with the societal custom of pairing same-gender siblings, right? The argument I like lolly, but I am not attracted to children is a legitimate thing, because hentai isn't real. Great. Can you explain to me, please, why you sent pornographic material to a minor? Because it seems like that's like an extra layer that you're adding on. Well, in real life, pedophilia is a mental disorder. Loli is more like a cute aesthetic. Draws proportionally incorrect, unappealing teens on exaggerated bodies that don't make sense for males half the time. Sometimes they draw a nice, sound boy bod, but they will never do the penises right. If it's just drawing, why do you care? What do you mean by right? Thuman, how you doing? How you doing, Thuman? I like the way every time Thuman comes in, my streams are increasingly depressing. Just so we're clear, that's why the dinosaur is here. I added the dinosaur to make this more, easier, okay? Actually, it's for me, so I can look at the dinosaur. The number of anime-related pics you have on your computer cell phone is the number of years you'll spend in hell. Does hentai give you more or less? Actually, never mind, there's a lot of shota in there. I'm fucked. Why does TBD even have a porn category? Why don't you just pirate video games like a normal person? Okay, I'm extremely out of the loop in the world of pornography. Probably because all I care about is trap and shota dojins. Confirmation maximum. You into cute little shota deck, huh? I used to be so scared of traps and bondage. I used to feel so weird about loli. I used to always look at loli and feel queasy, but morals change fast when subjugated to it so often. Almost like constant exposure is grooming somebody into being okay with something. Isn't that fucking crazy? I saw loli and went back to look over it until I caved and fapped. Jesus fucking Christ. Fawn. I was never really into lolis, and then I got super gay. Unfortunately, I am exposed to shota a lot. In what situation are you randomly exposed to this? Where are you just running across shota? Yeah, at this point you need a shelf full of plushies. I might fund one. Yo, can anyone help me hook up with about 4,000 drawings of trap shotas and new halves where I can crop solely to the face? Thanks in advance. Yeah, and it's disastrous. Sign. Go back to looking for ladies who enjoy Shotacon. Win-win-win. Or whatever face that is. I don't fucking know. There's only the... Listen, I peer at degeneracy from the outside. Shota's traps and Yoi are best. Whoa, now we have reached separation and Loli's tough girls and Yuri are the best. I like females in normal settings. So there you go. There are the tweets. There is Fawn's degenerate fucking past, okay? Now you may be asking, what's Demonmama's position on Loli? So Demonmama does a lot of political stuff, and all of Demonmama's political takes, almost all of Demonmama's political takes, I'm not going to say all, maybe she has like one or two, and then they'll be like, you were wrong, here's a Demonmama saying something sane once. It'd read like it's like dealing with Trump and being like, everything Trump says is fucking crazy, and then somebody will be like, here's Trump saying something reasonable, and you're like, oh, okay, fine, fuck off. It's not the point. It's not the point, and you know it's not the point. Okay. Just stop going outside. True. Right, okay.
Member of a extremist group on Twitch, such as the Proud Boys. Wait, you're mad about loli apologia? Wait, what? What? Anyway, listen. Oh, Vosch's chat? Wait, I don't know what's going on. Some people, I swear to God, yeah. Some people, I swear to God, Re-Zero. He's arguing with chat about lollies? Okay, well, I don't know.
Vosch? Arguing with chat about lollies? Is it a day ending in Y? Fucking hate these people.
Oh. They're talking about Re-Zero, which is lollies. Is it all lollies? Guys, who the fuck cares? It's fucking anime. Do you know what bullshit? Do you know what happens in fucking anime? Do you know that people get their guts ripped out? Do you know that children get blown up in mechs? Who fucking cares, you people? Holy shit. Nobody cares. It's the stupidest argument ever. Oh my god. Anyway. The gore is cool, though? What does that... Let me ask you this. If you are somebody who really hates loli shit, and you think that that's super bad and it makes you into a pedophile or whatever, but you like gore, are you a serial killer? That's all I'm gonna say.
That's all I'm gonna say. Do you know what? If somebody's, like, regularly we see this, by the way, with, like, people will, like, get arrested for some, like, assault or, like, sex crime. Like, this seems to happen quite a lot with people who, like, are involved in, like, rapes and things. They tend to seek out rape porn. And if you get people who are... If you get people who are incels and things, they seem to seek out misogynistic content. Do you think that people who watch Andrew Tate, for example, are doing it just randomly? Or do you think generally that they are either being influenced or have an interest in that content already? I'm serious. I'm actually... Do you know what? I fucking... God, the more I watch, the more I go fucking crazy, because I feel like I hit this point with arguing with a couple of people where I was like, yeah, do you know what? Cartoons can be cartoons. I don't know if I'd call people pedophiles. I don't want to start calling random people groomers. Hentai is weird anyway. And I say this as a former weeb. Like, I get those, I get like Willie Mack's take where it's like anyone who's into hentai, I look at it a bit sideways. I'm like, do you know what? I get the opinions there. But I don't think we do this for anything else. I don't think like, if we came up with any other defense, if I came to you and said, oh yeah, this guy's not a neo-Nazi, but he spends all his time watching neo-Nazis and watching far-right content, and you were like, oh yeah, no, he's probably not really interested in it. It's like watching a mech anime. Just because you're watching Nick Fuentes, doesn't mean anything. We don't do that with fucking anything else. Are you high? Boogie with the 199. L-Dub Femme Edition over here in the corner. I mean, again, like, you can... Am I wrong here? Do you think Demonmama, if Demonmama was confronted with, like, somebody who was, like, watching Andrew Tate and was constantly, like, posting things about how women are fucking evil and objects and shit, would Demonmama seriously say, it's just content on the internet, though? That person's not necessarily misogynistic. That person's not necessarily going to be, like, a danger to women. They might even be a feminist in real life. You don't know. Of course fucking not. Sorry. I'm really annoyed by this. I've got another clip for you. So, God, it's been a while since I watched this.
Keep him up. Get him up there. Could you please keep your hand up if you would be comfortable if a 13-year-old were to come onto Twitch and do an Amaranth bikini hot tub stream?
No, but I can't.
Hold on. So this is a hippy dippy panel. We're gonna zoom in. I'm gonna completely fuck my aspect ratio to do this, okay?
Keep him up. Get him up there. Could you please keep your hand up if you would be comfortable if a 13-year-old were to come onto Twitch and do an Amaranth bikini hot tub stream?
No, but I can't.
Okay,
like,
so like,
You seem to be thinking about it. You shouldn't need to think about it. You shouldn't need to think about this. This is very easy.
that's the issue. So I guess Demonmama would be okay with literal children coming onto the platform and like riding around on like
I don't
bananas
know
with
enough
bikinis
about
and everything.
I have to say
But,
that particular content creator. I
then why
feel
did
like
I don't know enough about Amaranth. Are you comfortable with a 13-year-old coming on? Oh no, I don't know. It's about sex positivity, Destiny, even if they're 13. Why don't I ask the 13-year-old who's in my fucking Discord server? Oh, fuck, I hate this timeline so much. God. Connor there at the bottom as well. Fucking. That hand was steady. Steady as a fucking rock. Give me 2 seconds. Do you know what? Okay. I don't know how much more I have to say on Pseudophorn and Demonmama at this point. At least on this subject. Because I hate this. I don't want to further engage in it. And frankly, actually, there are other things that we should be talking about with Demonmama, because there is other stuff that link up. And I need to roll a cigarette, and then we're gonna take a quick 2 seconds. Well, I just smoke, and I just take a second to myself. Now, the rest of this stream includes two other things that I don't think most of you will be aware of. One is someone called RGR, who was a political streamer that was involved around Demonmama and the shit that Demonmama's community did to RGR, along with other people. And then there is another person who we're going to talk about called Chariot. Now, this is going to be a bit long to get into. But the reason we're going to talk about Chariot is pretty simple. Chariot is somebody with an interesting past and history, and another person who seems potentially problematic to have around vulnerable people and minors. They're also another friend of Demonmama's. And I'm going to show you this. And I actually think that's where we're going to go next. I think that's a good one. Thank you for sticking with me through this while I do this. I appreciate the fact that many of you have no idea who this fucking person is. So I do appreciate your support as always. Fun for dinos to ease the pain. Good luck, Beckett in the trenches. Thank you very much, Kairaz, for the 10. Much appreciated as always, buddy. Good to see you here. Hey, Abby, how you doing? The angle is whack. I like the angle. I've wanted an angle like this for ages. So, this is what we're doing now. Okay. So, first things first. Let's start with this. Now, this is very short. I just want to set up that Demonmama is friends with Chariot. This stream is from 7 months ago. The Chariot stuff is not unknown to Demonmama. It's actually pretty widely known. In fact, actually, this was brought up to me. We already had the Chariot stuff, but this was brought up to me by somebody who I was just randomly talking to about something completely separate. And I was like, that's interesting. So it's like, there's an awareness around this. I can see your leg. You completely distracted me there, Abby. Yes, you can see my leg. It's nice. It's a leg. I don't know why that distracted me. Okay. So this is Demonmama talking about this Chariot.
Tonight we are doing something very, very, very important, okay? The stream title was not a misleading subject. It was not facetious. I was very serious when I said that we have something incredibly, incredibly important to talk about tonight. And what I'm talking about is that my friend and friend of the show, Chariot, has released a spiritual deconstruction that was inspired, at least in part, according to her, by my own spiritual deconstruction. And
that is Demon Mama, 7 months ago, acknowledging friend of the stream, Chariot. Now let's have a look at some of Chariot's tweets. And let's see if anyone can spot a potential theme of some kind. And then we'll get into... Be careful, we can see part of your screen, no Vosch moments. Yeah. You are like the third person to say that, and I am hyper aware of it. That's why the OBS is on this screen. Thank you, Rage, for the 10. Appreciate it as always. What now? Are they in a cult? Look, cult accusations get thrown out around these communities every fucking day. But it's interesting you asked that, Thuman. Because it's you, I will answer that question about Demon Mama's history. Demon Mama's community is not a cult. Demon Mama herself was in a cult for many years and grew up in a cult, as did a few other people who she knows who are still around her community. Part of the way Demon Mama seems to like proselytize is very cult-like. But yeah, there's definitely a cult influence there, probably more than anyone else. So I've covered. Oh God. Okay. Okay. Wasn't Gay Fesh in the same cult with DM? I believe so, yes. I believe so, that's what I've been told. Okay. My ex called me a pedophile, and that rumor is still circulating some places. This is 2020. Because I had a mutual who was a teenager who commented on some threads I did about sexuality. That's grooming, apparently. I'm friends with that person now, and she's like a little sister to me. This is the weirdest fucking shit to say. Listen, I got called a pedophile because I was having sexual, like openly sexual conversations and somebody commented, not only am I not a pedophile, I'm now very close with that person and I like a little sister to me. You need a fucking PR team for your tweets. Sorry, but out of all the awful things people have said about, to and about me, this one bothers me the most. I would never hurt a kid. I don't even like yelling at them. I know how things can impact a child. All I've ever wanted was to be a mum. I would never hurt a kid. Also 2020. I feel like it's a cultural thing that we don't talk about sex around kids. Of course you don't want to be sexual towards children, but there is literally no more family-friendly subject than sex. It's how you make families. Sorry this offends, but in my opinion, sex shouldn't be taboo. This is separate from my belief that public nudity and public kink can be okay, since those aren't necessarily directly sexual. I do also feel that this is different from public sex. Casually bringing up blowjobs is not the same as offering a blowjob to somebody. I am personally disgusted at the thought of sleeping with somebody in my immediate family, but it's not a conceptual level, just in practice. But hypothetically, who knows? I discover a long-lost half older sister and all bets are off, but that freaks people out. Yeah, that's a fucking weird thing to say. No wonder that freaks people out. These fucking people. So, you may be asking, hey, why? Look, these are weird tweets, that's fine. Is there anything serious against Chariot? Yes. This is from 2019. Well, I was kind of conflicted on posting this anyway, posting anything, but here goes. Been homeless for a few months and I was couch surfing at a friend's place. I had a few drinks and went over to Gwen's house to hang out. Gwen is Chariot, by the way. Had a few more drinks and hung out in her room watching her play video games. The next thing I remember is her sexually assaulting me. I remember not knowing exactly how the situation had escalated to that point and was too stunned to stop. An hour or so passes and she gives me a Repsidone. I had mentioned I hear shit and see phantoms. The rest of the night, all I remember is back at Lazy Kate's house and in bed with the whole room spinning, trying not to vomit. When I realized what had happened a few months later, it kind of accidentally came out during a conversation. I decided to talk to people about it. They were pretty disgusted and needed space from Gwen. Over the next few days, she said she was triggered by getting left in the dark and broke into the house I was sitting at I was dog sitting at to check in on Lazy Kate, and came around another time. A friend of mine talked her away from the house, though she left a handwritten poetry for us. It scared the fuck out of me, so I decided to confront her about what had happened later that day. She categorically denied ever having slept with me that night and blamed it on a bad reaction to the Repsodone. Over the next few days, she mentioned half apologies about how she believed that I think something happened, even though she continued to blame the Repsodone. I have seen her post a bit about this, both on Twitter, on her YouTube channel, and every time she insists I only think something happened. I hope you're safe. Gwen assaulted me when I visited and unfollowed her and most of her circle, so I apologize for cutting you off. Hope you're okay. This is Kitty Cat. This is another person. Fuck, I'm sorry. These are accusations from like 2019. These are not quiet. These again are well known. Kitty Cat raped Bruce. Gwen No Fear is a rapist who not only assaulted her ex and broke into her ex's house, she also sexually assaulted me while I was drunk at her house. When I tried to confront her about the sex she told me you wanted that as much as I did. If you followed support Gwen, fuck off and never speak to me. Lazy Kate, can we please stop overlooking the fact that my ex-girlfriend Gwen No Fear is a serial abuser who has raped multiple people? It's horrible to see that she still has a huge platform after an entire group of people she hurt came forward. She has admitted to assaulting one of the people who came forward and to gaslighting them before admitting to the assault. Chariot, 2019. So I have to own it. I sexually assaulted this person. I can't remember, but I want to trust her story. I'm so sorry, and I'm sorry for all the other pain I've caused, especially in my confused reaction to this. I hurt my partners. I hurt my partner's partners. I was reckless, and following that I was insensitive, but none of it was ever a scheme or manipulation. I was being stupid and foolish and rude. But I didn't want to hurt them. I never wanted to hurt anyone. This is the kind of situation nobody is ever prepared for. I don't know what else to say. Defending my behavior isn't a hill to die on. I was only a very foolish person who was hurting very much. My attempts to help only caused hurt. I have to reflect on that. For the record, my BPD did not make me hurt my metamor. I don't think that enters into it, but it did play a role in my state of mind when I trespassed into my ex's house. I said I would call you when I got home, and you showed up at my house, went inside, and stomped around looking for me. This is a huge violation of my boundaries, and this is unacceptable. Like I said, I'm done. I'm not, do not come to my house or contact me anymore. No, baby, that happened before you said that. That was for days, and I had no idea if you had even left. Please listen to me. I was only trying to help. I want to respect your boundaries, but I also have needs, and nobody kept me in the loop. I didn't even know you had left. I promise there's an explanation for all of this. I wish you would listen to me. I only need you to listen to me. I believe the victim. I know I denied it at first, and I've tried to explain that. I swear I have no memory of what she said happened, but that doesn't change her story. Okay. Now, I am not here particularly to like direct people towards Chariot. I don't know if they're even doing things anymore. The like main thing is this is fuck, I've got the denials and everything as well. But I think you get the fucking picture, right? So what did Demonmama do about this, other than, you know, saying a very important friend of the stream, which again is interesting, the sort of company Demonmama keeps, which seems to be a regular theme. Demonmama has worked with Chariot on a few occasions. My convo I had with Demonmama during the big Halo stream is now live. If you missed it, now's a great time to check it out. This is responding about Chariot, I believe. I've literally never talked to this person. This is 2021. This evidence is incredibly tenuous, and I really do not appreciate any of this absurdly aggressive call-out stuff. I've literally seen people at you with it in the past. Spare me the tears, just say my bad and don't do it again. Gay Fesh posting about a Demonmama is talking to Chariot right now. Check it out. By the way, you should all consider tossing a few bucks to this really kind and smart person if you can. They could use some aid. I really appreciate the support from everyone and would like to say soon I will have the privilege of closing this GoFundMe because we've met our goal in less than a week. I have some of the greatest people backing me. They're kind of admitting to assaulting those people while they were drugged. Kinda. Thanks, Thuman. Yeah. Just fucking insanity. A friend of Demonmama who Demonmama helped raise money for and retweeted their tweets very often has been outed as a genuine sexual predator. Like, what the fuck? Again, just a general thing of pointing towards the sort of, you know, it seems to keep happening, Demonmama. It seems that Demonmama is friends with Vosch, who turns out to have a little slip with his tax folder full of fucking, like, lolly and horse porn. Demonmama, nothing to fucking say. Another one of your friends seems to have a long history of allegations of sexual assault. Still working with them. Your partner, Fawn, is constantly has a history of posting about Shota and has now been outed, apparently, one with an accusation of a testimony that they showed dildos in a private call to a known minor, but certainly sent sexual content and imagery to that minor, and you have a server full of people having sexual conversations with minors. That seems to be a fucking pattern. I don't know. Maybe you should do something about it. Because you know what the response was to our video? By the way, other than to like tell people not to cover it, to bury it, to stonewall it. I'll show you. And now many of you have seen the video. It's up on YouTube. Let's just show this one. This is one of the few responses I can find to this video. And by I mean Jenny. Fawn is not a public figure and owes you nothing from Gay Fesh. It is only receiving this harassment because its partners have legitimate criticisms of Brianna Wu. Why aren't you calling out Jenny Matrix for putting revenge porn in that video? Does anybody want to point out where there is revenge porn in the Demonmama video? Seems like that's something that YouTube would take down. Seems like that's something that's like a pretty fucking insane accusation to make against somebody, Gay Fesh. By the way, we have no idea what Gay Fesh is referring to. Our assumption is because there's a picture, like a fetish picture of one of Demonmama's other partners, who, because I really do not want to just drag out needless fucking drama, I haven't said anything about during this stream. Because I don't care about that particular person. I don't give a shit. I know a lot of people are still on good terms with them. They're not making content anymore. I don't fucking care. And I've not seen any direct evidence for them having these conversations with minors. As far as I'm concerned, they're kind of irrelevant, other than the fact that, like Demonmama, I don't know how it feels to be in bed with somebody who apparently is this into Shota and is having these conversations with minors. Is that not an issue for you? Right. What have we got next? God, I'm going to show you this one just because it makes me laugh. It is fucking irrelevant, by the way. I want to make this clear. This is just funny. This is Demonmama having a being reviewed by Destiny. and talking about some takes Vosch has that Demonmama disagrees with. I can't wait to see what Demonmama disagrees with. George Patton once said, the object of Discord is not to talk to minors, but to make the other bastards talk to them. $4.99 from Teddy. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's see where Demonmama disagrees with Vosch.
Unironically.
I can make this argument really easily. Watch this. Okay, I'm gonna explain why this is wrong. Okay, I'm gonna explain why Vosch is wrong here really clearly. This is
Really
literally
clearly.
the RGR conversation.
Here we
Okay?
go.
Are you ready?
Here we
Okay.
go.
Somebody who is deer gender is not claiming that they are a deer. Okay, they are saying their gender expression is inspired by deer. Okay, somebody who is attack helicopter gender is not saying they are an attack helicopter. They're saying that their gender identity is inspired by an attack helicopter. Maybe they walk around wearing armor pads and they have tattoos on their face that have like military serial numbers or something, and they're totally into that. Okay, now
Why can't Nazi gender just like the uniforms?
if there is somebody who
I fucking hate this timeline. I fucking hate this timeline.
is claiming I am an attack helicopter, that is a different claim. That is a different claim than the claim of people saying that genders are valid.
Wait, but why? Why can't you say I am attack helicopter? You said genders were crazy, messy, that anybody could identify as anything. But now you're trying to draw like, now you're trying to make it more specific. Like there is some underlying fact of the matter. Why?
You are making a claim about something that can be categorically defined that you aren't. But gender can't be categorically defined. It can't be.
So why can't your gender be attack helicopter? Or PewDiePie gender?
PewDiePie gender.
Do you see how I was able to respond to that argument very easily? Because I've had this argument before. I had it before with RGR.
Now, we're going to get into RGR.
Is this sounding like Jordan Peterson? What do you mean by that? As a person who didn't have a word to describe being non-binary fears, I had to construct a complex mental scaffold to explain it to myself. And that's why I relate to xenogender, and it's, for me, is definitely about gender. Yeah. Absolutely. Anyway, the point of what I'm saying is, what I'm trying to say is, I tried to bring up the point during the stream how many neurodivergent people internalize gender differently from neurotypical people, but Vosch didn't understand it at all. Autigender is a real thing, and guess what? If you have a little bit of compassion and you listen, it actually makes sense. It actually makes a lot of sense. I've talked to somebody who identifies with the term autigender because, and you might cringe at that, I don't fucking care. You can fucking suck my cock because here we do things with our brain and not with our cringe.
Yes. Here we do things with our brain. Which is... Fuck. I hate this pseudo-intellectual bullshit. Guys, you don't understand. You don't understand, guys. We do things here with our brain. We're just enlightened. We're better than the rightoids. We're better than those freaks. That's why I can sit here and successfully argue helicopter gender. Bet the 4chaners never saw that coming in the early 2000s. Fucking unreal. Actually fucking unreal. Let's move on to RGR. So, who is RGR? RGR is a political streamer, or was a political streamer, that had a series of debates with Demonmama's partner. Now, during those debates, they got quite heated, and RGR took some positions. I've not actually seen all these debates, so I'm going on kind of how this has been phrased to me. The positions were extreme were so extreme that actually many people who like RGR were like, no, you probably shouldn't have fucking said that. But RGR got massively harassed over this. Teddy, $4.99. What about Nazi gender? Okay, seriously, Adolf, stop following me everywhere. It's getting weird. That's what you'll be known for in the long term, Teddy. Fucking Hitler fanfiction. So RGR, I'm going to give you a bit of a rundown of some of this, basically through somebody else's video. We'll go here, and we'll just have a little watch. This is someone called Wicked Supreme. They're a politics streamer. Actually, really interesting guy. Really interesting guy. But basically, hopefully, he'll give a bit of a rundown. I don't know. I got handed this. I was like, I probably need help explaining some of the RGR stuff. So we'll see how it goes.
This platform engage in philosophy in this way. They're students. They're like still learning.
The point of a discussion is to explore these things, right? This is why you shouldn't approach these conversations dogmatically, because you're going to end up looking like a fucking idiot to somebody who knows better than you. And there's bound to be somebody who knows better than you. This is why moderators are a thing. Yeah, this conversation is just poisoned because of egos. Like, these two are already looking to fight each other. We're looking at the cursed conversation. That's right, the cursed convo. And let me tell you, let me be the first to tell you, actually. I'll be the first to tell you that I had no interest in covering this. When I first heard it, I was just like, this is so pointless and so boring and so embarrassing to listen to. But then I listened to more of it, and I realized, you know what? Actually, there's a lot of stuff here that people are missing. They're not catching. That my, I think, adult perception and my adult maturity, I say.
I am so glad I left the politics space. I cannot even describe. I like Wicked, by the way. I like people like Wicked. I like Loner Box. I don't really know Dylan Burns, but I've got no issues with Dylan Burns. I like lots of the old politics crowd. But fuck me, everything is like a pseudo intellectual thing, and like Wicked's smart. He's actually really experienced. He's done some really fascinating stuff involving like government security agencies and shit. But God, this is a difficult wank.
Say, as I'm sitting here in pajama pants.
Fucking kill me.
Might be able to bring some value to this discussion. So let's see. This is the clip that Thoa had a big problem with.
Parts of the internet are coming out the really weird takes that apparently kink is fine to do in front of children. We should be able to justify in front of children. We should be able to justify doing it in front of them, even if it's explicitly involving them in a sexual act. Like, what the is going on? This is unerotic. Oh my god, they're either negligently justifying pedophilia or intentionally justifying pedophilia. And I have no idea what the it is.
I just picture like this cartoon image of our.
So that's a really good little condensed section. In fact, actually, having seen him cover it, we're gonna do it this way. We're gonna do it this way because there is a section here on this Destiny stream. I think he's got it. Where I think this is one of the bits that comes up
together what's happening, but right now we're like getting into the weeds on shit, and I don't even know what forest we're in, you know.
I do think saying that someone is intentionally or unintentionally justifying pedophilia is calling them a pedophile, because what you're saying is that they think it's okay to do sexual acts to children.
No. Don't twist my words.
I don't think I twisted anything.
I don't think that you are being very honest when you say that. All right? So we can listen to the clip right now. I'll listen to it with my chat. All right?
Yeah, I guess I have to. Hold on, let me come pull it up really quick. I don't have mine open.
All right. Hold on.
Let me go to my media tab.
There's also from like an attitude or maybe from an emotional perspective, both of these people sound like they absolutely fucking hate each other and are.
So we'll listen to the original clip, but my impression is that RGR was not very careful and took an extreme position, which made it sound like if you were defending or justifying, then you were as bad as a pedophile or just a pedophile. Now, this obviously got a lot of attention from the Nemo's community. We'll have a look at the clip and then we'll go into the response.
Incredibly passive aggressive right off.
Are you ready?
Wait, are you done already? I think
no, I'm waiting for. I was sorry. I was waiting for you. I was waiting for you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have a second one that has a little bit more context. That's a little bit longer than the one that I quote tweeted with, but it's okay.
Okay. So
we can both play it at the same time now if you want.
All right. Wait. Which one are you playing? Is it the same?
Got this one that's got to it to you so you could see it. I have to say pedophile, but.
Holy shit.
Wait, I'm sorry. We can just. You tweeted at me.
2, 1.
Really weird. Now, a lot of people who come from really fringe parts of the internet are coming out with the really weird takes that apparently kink is fine to do in front of children. We should be able to justify doing it in front of them, even if it's explicitly involving them in a sexual act. Like, what the fuck is going on? This is unironic. Oh my god. They're either negligently justifying pedophilia or intentionally justifying pedophilia. And I have no idea what the fuck it is. Okay. So did you finish it? Okay. So I'm going to ask you. So where in that clip did I call you a pedophile?
when you say that someone is intentionally or unintentionally, well, there's a couple places.
No, hold on.
Oh, this is actually so frustrating. I can see where a lot of this is going to go. So Riley is correct in her verbiage, but it's not going to feel that way. And I would even say Riley is doing a decent job to be careful in her verbiage, but it doesn't matter, I think, to this person. Saying that, because it is valid to say that.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucked up to call somebody a pedophile. Like, I can understand the anger there. That's just a crazy thing to say. In fact, actually, I want to be clear. Gay Fesh seems to agree with me. Go back here. As always, I appreciate you and your perspectives. I'm glad you were willing to look more into this and after the fact. I think because Vosch projects a very strong masculine image, people pretend like he's impervious to abuse, and so people are far more likely to side with his abusers. Yes, Vosch. Well-known masculine image Vosch. These fucking idiots. I swear to God. Are you seriously implying that EJ and Luna are abusing Vosch, the man who caused sex and racist harassment campaigns against Luna as well as many others? I'm not implying, I'm outright saying. They spread lies that he's a pedophile. That is abusive and inexcusable. YouTube.com, Gay Fesh. How about the more recent one where he raped Melina on her own stream? Keemstar blocks him. He is not beating the paedophile allegations. Man, Keem, if you're so defensive about being accused of being a pedophile, you could always try not being a pedophile. Jeremy called her a pedophile groomer, Ricky. Do you think that might be damaging to someone? As far as I'm concerned, there's no act you could do against him that would be immoral, responding to the quartering. Because apparently, when Gay Fesh does it to somebody else, it's fine. No big deal. It's not a big deal. It doesn't matter. But when it's done against somebody like Vosch, oh God, that's abusive. It's monstrous. Now, why might Gay Fesh be calling Keemstar a pedophile? Because of Keffels, because of his connection to Keffels. We'll get into a little bit about that. I think I'll steal Sunday's bit and finish this up by going over Gay Fesh. But nonetheless, Gay Fesh has a role to play, a part to fill in this little section of the story. Let's go back to RGR. So RGR basically says this stuff about Pride, kink at Pride, which was, for those of you who missed, an actually really big topic for quite a while. Actually, it's a topic that as an LGBT person, I've talked about like my own experiences at Pride when I was younger. And I don't really like Pride anymore. That's fine, by the way. I'm very big on the idea of Pride being for what it needs to be for people at the time, especially younger people. You know, sort of like the 18 to 25 bracket, I think is like the ideal time for like Pride being for you. Because it's like when you're coming out and like working out who you are. It helped me as a teenager. But I don't like kink at Pride. I'm not a fan of it. And I think that's fine. That's fine. People can have their opinions. Obviously, debating on the internet means it goes fucking insane and everyone tears each other apart over it. Constantly, endlessly. But there we are. So, this is Doe's response. First time I've used its name. Doe goes by its pronouns. And I'm, again, endeavoring not to stir any drama with Doe at this point, 'cause it's just fucking needless. For me, I just can't be fucked. I I've never even received a fake-ass internet apology for what Riley did to me. As far as I'm concerned, there is no act against her I could commit which would be wrong. And what kind of acts did they commit? No one is degrading or calling people's work. This is idiotic. You can't even use consistent terminology. Our society specifically created bar associations to prevent shitheads from becoming lawyers and fucking up our society. Sit down, go discover what happened, stop tweeting. That's interesting. Why would Demonmama be talking about the bar association? Well, Riley was doing a degree in law to be a lawyer. I don't know at what point she was at, but yes, Demonmama, in response to this online debate, and Demonmama's community encouraged reporting Riley to the fucking bar association. These are people who cry about internet harassment, by the way. Oh, you can't be mean to people online. If people are coming at it, they're transphobic. You go after people's platforms, people's jobs, people's futures over internet debates. I could not be more proud of how Exali handled herself despite being badgered for debates over false accusation Riley Grace Rashon made against it with no evidence. It endured unhinged levels of condescension and inquisition, despite it being falsely accused. The Gemini urged to do it in a few days. I don't know if this is a gammy thing or not, but it's definitely an ADHD thing. The your star sign urge to predictive text. The bad take was, this CSA survivor is a pedophile and Vosch defends public sex in front of children, but I'm glad to see you're running defense for a crybully. Easiest block of my life. Dylan, RGR was a real piece of shit and calling her out is unnecessary if you want to demonstrate personal relationships. Do not take precedent over cruel abusive behavior. I respect you, but this isn't okay. Please reconsider your attitude. All I said was to not treat people like scum, and they say I'm running defense. I'm sorry, I am not for people contacting the Maryland bar. I understand where you are coming from on this. I do, but lawyers are held to a higher standard than random streamers for a reason. Riley regularly invokes her status as a law student, regularly asserts legal experience and authority. Riley has been the one seeking fights. Riley made false, damaging claims that have not and has not just doubled down, but tripled down. She broadened those claims to include Vosch last night. If some people conclude that's unlawful, unloyally, I understand that conclusion. I certainly think false pedophilia accusations are. Great, get rid of fucking gay Fesh then! Oh, when gay Fesh does it, it's fine! Who cares? He's in your community! Knowing about minors! And you don't give a shit. But somebody attacks your partner, and I will say this about Riley, her wording and verbiage is unwise, at the very least. I can see why people got upset. But you took it to the fucking bar association. I hope he fucking listens to you. I'm sick of people treating scumbag Stephen Riley with kid gloves when they do scumbag shit. Demonmama, by the way, thanks for giving me an idea to contact the Maryland bar. Demonmama liked your tweet. Yes, okay, so this is for Gappy, another person most of you won't fucking know. I am mainly a game streamer. I have people from Vosch, Dylan, even your own community who watch me, and you think I'm a DGG parrot? Huge difference between saying your political takes are bad and shouldn't be platformed and trying to make sure someone never gets a job. Yes, based on your constant attempts to pick fights with me, your constant appearing only when drama around me shows up. 2, no one is saying Riley can't get a job at Best Buy, just that she probably shouldn't be a lawyer if she's going to sling false accusations everywhere. So, thanks to Riley at Ginsburg, basically calling me a pedophile and refusing to ever back off the claim. Her fans still call me one to this day. Thanks, Riley. You sure do such a great job supporting the trans community. Do you know what would be doing a good job supporting the trans community? Not creating a kind of environment where the very fucking accusations that like insane rightoids, and I do, because I'm left wing, I see this shit, I like see the fucking transphobia, I don't like it. I'm not supportive of it. It's one of the few things that will actually get you in trouble in my chat. It's very limited, the shit I get annoyed with. But then, like, you've got a situation where you've got your partner, who you're defending, having sexual conversations with a minor. And you've got minors all over your fucking Discord. In a sex-positive space. Seems like you've created the perfect conditions for those accusations to flourish. And then you're like, oh, I can't believe people are saying this about... What the fuck did you think was going to happen? Yeah, your fans harassed and then tried to get her disbarred. You literally advocate for whatever happening to her because you got called a name. She does a better job at it than you IRL. Legislative attorneys versus Twitch weirdo. Also, that isn't unique to you. Hopefully next someone tries to get her disbarred, it works. It's almost like baselessly accusing people of paedophilia is a quality lawyers shouldn't have. Apparently that's a wild suggestion to some people. So, there we go for the RGR stuff. Demonmama's community, again, targeting real-world stuff over online debates. What's the other one I wanted to show you over this? Well, let's talk about like responsibility from audiences and things. I got sent this near the like before going live, so I haven't seen it yet. But somebody said it was an interesting one for takes to do with like your responsibility to your audience and Demonmama's supposed position on it. So we'll have a quick look. See.
I'm sorry, but I do not accept calling everyone in there a transphobe. Me, sure, whatever, but there's 20 trans people in that chat who have fought. I'm sorry, but I do not accept calling everyone in there a transphobe. Me, sure, whatever, but there's 20 trans people in that chat who have fought.
Oh, my audio today.
Fought and pushed for trans rights. Calling them that is wrong. I said that. I'm sorry, but I do not accept calling everyone in there a transphobe. Me, sure, whatever, but there's 20 trans people in that chat who have fought and pushed for trans rights. Calling them that is wrong. I said the transphobe chat and that it was full of transphobes. It is full of transphobes. I don't know the whole member list, okay? I'm glad that you self-reported to let us know that you're the transphobe in that chat. And by the way, I know your reputation already, and yeah, you're a piece of shit. And I really, really, really hope that your life improves so that you stop being such a malignant, miserable piece of shit on the internet generally. Yeah. Nah, sorry. If you're sitting in that chat and you're looking the other way while people say the most deranged shit I've ever seen, while people literally make the exact same arguments that Nazis make about Jews, but about non-binary people, when you look the other way at people explicitly fucking, misgendering people, calling people TRAs, nah, you're at the table. You're fucking chilling in the Nazi club. I'm sorry, but you don't get to have that. You don't get.
Funnily enough, I know what this is in reference to. It's a reference to the leak of a group chat that Jenny was part of. Funnily enough, fuck. This caused. So a lot of people have asked, why did the Demonmama video get made? What actually inspired Cope and Seed? This really fucking pissed people off. It's really pissed Jenny off. It's one of the reasons Jenny fucking hates Demonmama. But again, if this is Demonmama's take, and it's a common leftist thing, if you're around Nazis, then and you're looking the other way, you're a Nazi. Okay. So if you're in a polycule with somebody who is like having sexual conversations, catching my language here, with minors, and you're doing nothing about it, do you get tarred with the same brush, Demonmama? And I don't know whether it is that DM just doesn't fucking care, which, again, is fucking not great, right? Or do you know what I suspect? We talked about Bathtub Ross the other day. And during the second Bathtub Ross stream, or like somewhere along the line, basically it comes out that the girl who's defending Ross, Rosie, one of the reasons that she doesn't want to condemn Ross is because she's a little. She's like into daddy-daughter shit. And she thinks that if she condemns Ross as a pedophile or whatever, then everyone will like start going for her. And I think this is pretty common, actually, when people like, well, you know, my kink or fetish is a bit, you know, people would laugh at that. So I don't want to throw those stones. But there's a lot of fucking difference, okay? I've said this before. I don't care. I don't care what you're into as long as it's legal. I actually don't give a shit. I think plenty of people are into huge amounts of stuff that's like, to me, would be really weird. I don't get people who are into feet. This is like the common example, I know, like basic bitch take. But I don't get foot fetish shit. I don't understand it. Am I going to laugh at you if you come to me and say, hey, I'm into feet? I'm going to be like, yeah, fucking weird. But it's more the fact that you've told me than anything else. What you do in your own time is up to you, as long as it's between consenting adults. I don't give a shit. I don't fucking care. What I do think is weird is making this your fucking personality. And if you find things in like sexual communities that are weird, you should probably call that out, actually, because otherwise people will look at you and be like, what skeletons do you have? Because that's what I think about the people who didn't condemn Vosch. The people who didn't condemn Vosch and don't condemn the other shit, and they're just like, I don't know. I'm like, well, what's up with you? That you're like, are you worried that like there's something you have? Seems odd. It seems a little suspect. Now with Demonmama, what I will say though, is because we have so much of her porn history online, and actually her porn account now, the one attached to like her fucking RPG writing erotica shit, is locked. But it has some, oh God, how do I describe? Like, I had to scroll through it, and one of them is what I assume to be a furry, but just looks like a dog's head going to town on a girl, and it's fucking weird, okay? It's weird to post that on Twitter. That's a weird thing to do. I'm gonna make fun of you for doing it. If you do that, I'm gonna make fun of you. I make fun of Monstrous for shit like this. So stop it. Just why do you have to do what is fucking possessing you? So Demonmama herself also has a history of other accusations. Now I'm going to go into some of these very briefly. I'm just going to show you some clips of them. And this is just along the hypocrisy lines of like, well, Demonmama's fine if it happens to other people. So this is the Maddie grooming allegations. Maddie came out against Destiny, I want to say, and said that there was some sus shit there. We'll have a look.
See that? No, but like I think that's like whenever I see Destiny get so amped about this particular situation, right, where he's like, whenever anyone mentioned something like grooming or power dynamics, that sets him off, and to me that is the biggest fucking red flag that you could have, because I'm like, why is this specifically setting him off? I bet it's because he's trying to reverse engineer his logical way back to absolve himself of any responsibility, because I'm guessing that he's had this sort of thing. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I don't think that's responsible. I don't think that's responsible.
I don't think that's. I would not say that about. Okay, so sorry.
Yeah, this was a pretty fucking insane thing to say.
I'm going to disagree, because I understand where he's coming from. I understand what he's saying when he says.
Okay. Now, what was Demonmama's response to this?
Guys, like, holy fuck. I don't care if you think like Maddie was slightly irresponsible or jumped the gun or whatever. I don't fucking care. The amount of harassment I've seen thrown at Maddie and the fact that the predominant narrative is that Maddie just made up everything. Come on, that's fucking stupid. This fucking shit is so dumb. And it happens all the time. Anytime. We all fucking know how bad the harassment is, but you guys don't. This is one thing that you guys will, like, most of you will never get this. You never will understand what it's like to be told constantly that you're making everything up and that you're fucking insane. It is mass gaslighting that is just so fucked up, and it drives.
Do you know, Thuman earlier was like, is this a cult? And like, I look at this stuff and I'm like, is this a cult? This feels like a cult. This feels very like a cult. You'd never understand, guys, about the harassment we go under. Never mind the fact that we've like tried to have people like deplatformed, run off the internet, contact the bar association. Never mind that shit. It's fucking crazy. It's just none of you will ever understand the cross that I've had to bear. Fucking God.
Drives you insane until you just say, fuck it, I don't give a shit. I don't know what Maddie did. I fucking tried to figure it out. Apparently Maddie said that Destiny was a sexual abuser. Okay, so what? It's not like Destiny doesn't do that.
So what? I'm sorry. So what? Not that person, not she should apologize and didn't even apologize, therefore there's no she called somebody a sexual abuser. I don't know, actually, do you know what? Maybe Demonmama doesn't care because the other person who's a friend who's admitted to being a sexual abuser is somebody she's happy to keep around. I don't know, kind of gets you thinking, right? Fuck's sake. Gets that noggin jogging.
That every other fucking day. Do you think that that person deserves to have tens of thousands of people calling them a lying, manipulative woman who's trying to undermine their enjoyment of the internet? Where on earth has the understanding of reciprocity gone? She was accused of faking death threats. It's fucking stupid. That's fucking ridiculous. There is no, even if Maddie did do something bad, there is no chance in hell that that is a reciprocal response. I'm begging you to understand this.
You contacted the bar. Well, you supported, because I don't know whether Demonmama directly contacted the bar. I'm trying to keep things in line as much as I can with the evidence I have in front of me. But you certainly seem to encourage people who were.
This is the...
Jenny's like, oh, by the way. She messaged me beforehand. She was like, I'm probably not going to be around for the stream. She did fake those death threats, Lamau. Do you know what? I've only ever had one encounter with Maddie. Again, like, I'll say the second thing in a second. But I've only ever had one encounter with Maddie. It was fine. But yes, this absolutely wrecked her online. I cannot tell you guys how fucking lucky I feel to have you as an audience. Like, seriously. Not only are you just fucking fantastic to have in chat and chill out, but none of you know who any of these people are, which shows how far I've come from breaking away from this community, which fills me with a kind of special joy that I really want you to know that I appreciate from all of you. Okay? I really, really appreciate that I have to like, names are coming up, and I actually think the majority of you have no idea who the fuck they are, and I love that about you guys.
Norm. Every single fucking woman, every single fucking femme in this space has this happen. You say one thing out of line. This is so motherfucking constant. And I just want people to become aware of it. And I know that most of us here are aware of it. I'm probably preaching to the choir a little bit. But God, please.
Shut up. Okay, cool. Let's look at... Let's look at another one of the accusations that came out. These are the Vermin accusations. Now, this comes from Vosch's chat. I'm just going to read this to you. Demon Mama, and yet my two live messages got rapes-to-see. Like basically changing Destiny's name to rape. Banned, yeah. Unironically, you fell off plush ratio at rapes-to-see. Every day, I am more and more certain that rapes-to-see hates trans people. And the only bad guy here is rapes-to-see. I can't pronounce that. See, this is just ableist against dyslexics. I know who DM'd it, but no law. This is amazing to watch. Rapes-to-see strikes again. Organizing rapes-to-see did once. Basically just calling him rapes-to-see. Who is genuinely surprised your fucking dude who raped-to-see assaulted someone live on stream in the past? He has always posted rape apologia. Rapes-to-see's fans flock to support Mr. Girl, the rapist, abusive pedophile.
Isn't this the person that literally, like, yeah, Vermin hands is like special ID inside of the chat when literally they're throwing out rapist accusations towards Destiny with absolutely no evidence to be able to back up the claim?
To my knowledge, Vermin has never accused anybody of rape. It sounds like you're just
Vermin has never accused anybody of rape. He's literally in chats you're in. I think this is actually Demon Mama's chat. I believe this is actually Demon Mama's White Forest chat saying this. You're just... How do you miss this? Do you know, it's one of those where I was talking to somebody. I was talking to somebody about this who is still on or was on okay terms with Demon Mama. And we were going over everything, and they were like, I don't know how much I care, I don't know, like, not like how much I care, but like, I don't know, like, what more there is to say. And I was going through the DMs, the, like, fucking chat messages involving minors, I was going through the stuff around Fawn, and just sort of temp checking stuff, but also just to make sure that it's not just like me going, fucking throw everything at the wall to what sticks. And they said, so what's your point? My point is this. I don't think, again, I'll keep saying this, I don't think Demon Mama is a fucking groomer or a pedophile. I don't think that. I don't think there's any evidence for it. But I think the community Demon Mama has created around her has enabled those kind of behaviors. It is so irresponsible to create something like this around minors that it kind of doesn't fucking matter. And whether it's intentional or negligent, because the outcomes have been, like, there have been so many different outcomes for this along these lines, and it keeps fucking happening. Whether intentional or not, it's kind of fucking irrelevant, right? And Demon Mama is one of these rules for me, rules for thee, not for me. If her friends do something, God, you see this with fucking feminists all the time. I'm just gonna rant now. Like this whole kind of, you know, I think he was a good guy, actually. When one of their friends is accused of some sort of fucking sexual crime. Like, fucking... Who was the celebrity who did that? Was that the... I've forgotten her name. She, friends with Amy Schwimmer. When one of their friends got accused of shit. Like, I don't know, maybe have... Like, I think that a lot of these people have the projection of good politics because they don't have actually any fucking morals. They don't actually believe anything. They just spend their time talking about how good they are and how virtuous they are and how safe their communities are and how, oh no, we need to stop the right-wingers. None of these people fucking believe anything. I look at the Xanderhall stream and I do agree with Sunday, actually. People are like, Stardust disagrees with me, it's fine. But, like, I think that if Demon Mama genuinely gave a shit by her own standards, she wouldn't have done the nuke stream. She knows what fucking drama is. She's aware. She knows that this deplatforming shit's bad. She knows that shit, like, if anyone was trying to contact the, like, fucking the bar association for somebody around her, she'd lose her fucking mind over it. There'd be none of this, oh, well, I think lawyers need to be held to a higher standard. Fuck off. It's fine for gay Fesh to go around and call Keemstar a pedophile, apparently. But I can guarantee, like, nothing's gonna happen about the shit with Fawn. Nothing happens about, like any of the proclivities around her. Or it. Because I know I'll get fucking... That's what the criticism will be. Doesn't even use the right pronouns for it. I think there are bigger fucking problems. You haven't created a safe space for minors in any sense. You haven't created a safe space for anybody. You have created a space where you can make money. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not Tyler. I'm not Sunday. I'm not a leftist. I'm a capitalist. Based. Get that bag. But also, I will say this. I think there is something distasteful about making money off of a vulnerable community. It's one of the reasons I really don't like Hassan. And this is just like, I just think if you're like streaming to a leftist audience where you know you've got a lot of like vulnerable LGBT people, younger people who haven't got their start in life, and you're like, don't forget to make sure you're like sort of giving me a little bit of money, and the constant shit about liking the stream and supporting. I don't know what happens to a lot of people, but you should be grateful for any audience you can fucking garner. And there's no gratitude here. As for the fucking mod community, if your mod community is just running rampant and doing whatever the fuck it wants, and you know nothing about it, well, either you have got mods who you've put in positions for apparently no fucking reason. And I want to be clear, actually, I've been told that some mods were unaware of what was happening in the Discord. I haven't just given you a list of who Demonmama's mods were. I pointed specifically to Aura, A, because they seem to intervene the most, and in actually trying to simmer things down, but also because of their own comments and because of the sex ed stuff. And I did say earlier, for those joining us later, that I don't blame people like Aura. I think their intentions are good. It's just that I said this around people having conversations with people who are self-described maps, for example, or people who want to debate bro pedophilia. Even if you have like the rock solid logical argument, even if you can beat somebody in a debate, opening the door to these kind of conversations has no value. Because at best case scenario, you have a conversation where you come across as in some way defending this shit. Everyone who is ever going to hate you is going to be like, well, of course I hate them. They defended pedophilia. Of course they do. They defend maps. They debate for that shit. And it'll probably be bollocks. But that's your best case scenario. Worst case scenario, you normalize an environment where people feel like they can have that conversation. And people like Amoshi exist. And they want those spaces because they can go in and they can use it to spread their own fucking ideas. And I don't see the fucking benefit to you for doing it. What, you get to be smarter than people on the internet because you can debate logic better than them? Congratulations. Imagine writing that on a CV for a job application. I think I should get this job because I can sell anything to anyone. I sold to an audience of 20 people that pedophilia was good. The fuck are you doing? What benefit of this is what benefit is this to you? And I know that lots of people don't like the wood chipper jokes, for instance, because you'll never do anything with it. It's like edgy shit. But of course people are going to post that because this shit disgusts people. Amoshi is in jail for CP. Yeah, they all end up in fucking jail because, funnily enough, the people who come online and seem to debate pro-map positions have a vested interest of some kind in doing so. And I don't know why you'd want to aid that. Just so you can be right on the internet. And like, if people want to debate the loli point, I get it. I get that people are sick of hearing, you know, about loli every 5 seconds. I share the feeling. And I don't mind internet degens. I don't want to fucking hear about it because I don't care, but I don't mind internet degens. Do what the fuck you want. But there are lines to this shit, and there's deeper proclivities. It points to something. At least for a portion of the people consuming it. And if you want evidence of this, the people who seem to debate this the most are people like Vosch. And for years, there's clips of Vosch having conversations about fucking CP, about horses, about all kinds of fucking shit. And then what happens? Oh, it turns out that Vosch has a folder full of loli bestiality porn. Who could have seen that coming? Are these really the people who you want to be on a similar footing with? Why? Like, fucking what? Why? Teddy with the $4.99. You know the whole I can sell you this pen thing? Well, I can sell you this pen. Why? I fucking hate this shit. Okay, so. Have I gone through almost everything? Let me see. I think we are on. Yeah, okay. So, this is the point of the stream where I am going to talk less about Demonmama and I want to talk about a very special person. And that person is Gay Fesh. Now, I have never, ever had a run-in with Gay Fesh. And I count myself lucky for that. But let's be clear about who Gay Fesh is. Gay Fesh is a fucking loser on the internet. And I don't mean that in like the smug... He's such a loser. I mean, he's just a loser on the internet. He is a quintessential approval-seeking chaser. And to be clear, and I trust Ico on this, and I trust Ico's mods on this. If they believe that they have confirmation that Gay Fesh knew the age of these people and was aware of it, particularly in the case of Glooby, and the conversations going on with Form, because they're all really close, then that's fucked, actually. Because I don't have any confirmation that Demonmama knew. There is still that element of plausible deniability. And do you know what? That might be the reality. But if that's not with Gay Fesh, that is fucked. Fuck. Okay, cool. Now, I know what people are going to say about the thumbnail, because I can already hear it fucking coming. Wow, you put Gay Fesh's face in a thumbnail. Why would you do that? That's so mean. Isn't he not, like, isn't his face, like, hidden? No, it's not. It is out there. It has been out there for ages. It's all over the fucking internet. But more importantly, Gay Fesh, like, this is Gay Fesh's old Twitter banner. It's Gay Fesh hanging out with Vosch in IRL. In what appears to be, unironically, possibly the worst picture of Vosch I've ever seen. He looks like, this looks like Photoshop. This looks like Gay Fesh ran up to some other fat dude and was like, "Can you hug me?" And I just hug me and make your face look blank. Now, Gay Fesh has a history here of trying to remove people from the internet, of deplatforming people. We saw this with Tyler when Tyler started criticizing him, and he was like, wow, maybe this video should be reported. But more importantly, and interestingly, with the RGR stuff that we've previously gone over, during the Keffels drama, Rikita found himself in some heat. Now, I believe that this was over a stream where Rikita said that Keffels belonged... Basically, he tried to cover this by saying that Keffels belonged on the fridge or something, but, like, Rikita said that Keffels should be lined up, essentially. That's what he said while he was, you know, not being careful. So here is here is Gay Fesh trying to remove Rakita. Rakita is also a ban evasion account. He was at Nick Rakita, who was banned for harassing people over the Vic Montague sexual harassment case, and is now threatening at Keffels. You can go to his account and report impersonation to submit the ban evasion report. When Nick Rakita issued death threats against Keffels, many of us were like, that seems like an ethics violation, and contacted the Minnesota State Bar. I just got this letter in which they state they are not going to investigate. I have 2 weeks to appeal. Once again, Gay Fesh contacting the fucking bar association. And to be clear, like, Gay Fesh is obsessive. This is in response to Sonsol. Rip Bozo. You submitted a report for abusive behavior. We suspended at Sonsol's account for breaking our abusive behavior rules. To be clear, a lot of streamers rely on their Twitters, or at least used to, actually. That's less the case these days, if I'm completely honest. But yeah, he was happy. And Sonsol, again, many of you won't know Sonsol. Sonsol's another political streamer. He's chill. I get on all right with Sonsol. And no major interactions, but he's chill enough. He probably doesn't deserve to be fucking banned. This is okay. So this one is April the 11th, 2023. This one is August the 27th. Rip Bozo, you submitted a report for abusive behavior. We locked at Nicholas Diorio's account for breaking our abusive behavior rule. We found they broke our abusive behavior rule through different reports we received about their behavior. Reported Nick as well. Gammy, oh look, she's back. Would be a shame if everyone reported her for ban evasion. Since Destiny has declared he wants to financially support Kiwi farms, it would be a shame if he too were deplatformed for spreading transphobia and hate. Oh, what's that? Ban evasion. Go to his page and report for pretending to be me or somebody else. And, like, Gay Fesh himself is fucking obsessive. I mean, just levels beyond what you'd expect. Let's just have a scroll, shall we, of what happens if you search Destiny around Gay Fesh's Twitter. I'll make this a bit bigger. I'll just have a little scroll through. Destiny wants to leave his wife for Lauren Southern. I don't like to sign off on or spread misinformation either, but I see no reason to defend Destiny against Mr. Girl. As far as I'm concerned, it's this image. Roseworth helped Destiny write a manifesto in which they defended Kiwi farms, so White Forest cut ties with him and dropped his site. There is 2 minutes 46 of this scroll, by the way. I don't know if you know this, but the trans community in Gay Fesh's IRL location put out a public warning about him for sexually harassing trans women in the area. Is that true? Fuck. I think I've heard that before. I've never seen a confirmation of it. If somebody has a confirmation of it, please tweet it at me. Tweet it at Copenseed. Our Twitter's in the YouTube bio thing somewhere. Because that would be quite funny. Gives me a chance to have a smoke. He's not beating the allegations to Omni-Liberal. Lol, that's funny because I've never been banned. Destiny is one of the most incredibly fragile people on the internet. What values does Destiny hold? Demonmama called it back in December 2020. Destiny is just a modern gamergator. I mean, Destiny URL literally ends in GG. Since Destiny, this is the deplatforming. Stephen Crowder Steven Crowder talking to his divorce attorney. It's because it came up under Steven, that's why. Because that's exactly the same kind of verbiage we hear from Destiny all the time. Probably once he realized he could pull audience from DGG, Destiny does not believe that Keffel's got him banned. Otherwise, the section of his manifesto where he talks about his ban, he would have brought her up. Nobody actually believes Keffel's got Destiny banned. It's just a lie you keep repeating in hopes that will make it true. Do you know why people think that Keffel's got Destiny banned? Because Keffel's told people she got Destiny banned. And then that's other people's fault. Keffels gets into so much drama because Keffels can't shut the fuck up. This is someone you defended and went to the Bar Association to defend. Actual fucking insanity. That's enough Destiny. Let's look at Riley. I've got multiple of these. I'm not going to show you. Like, this is true. Like, we checked for Gammy. We'll get a little bit to the Gammy stuff. Sonsol, Zonya. RGR is into the chat. I agree. Riley should be stopped from damaging trans supporters by encouraging her fans to harass them. No, I literally never called RGR to get sparred. No, I literally never called for RGR to get sparred. I don't want her to be an advocate in this space and warned about warned about how she would sell us out. But I never encouraged or endorsed contacting her stay at bar. I've only attacked Dylan Burns after he attacked me first. You're part of a community was reporting shit to the Bar Association. Do I think that Gay Fesh would contact the Bar Association over Riley? Yeah, I do. That's my opinion. But you don't seem to have any problem with it. You don't seem to be like, oh, that's too far, I'll have to leave your community. If I was part of a streamer's community and they contacted the Bar Association and I was a mod, I'd leave. I'm not sure how I'd feel about watching that person anymore, frankly. If you, again, why lie about it? Where's all this? There's no, like, Riley's ontologically evil. Where's all this shit? Oh, I didn't see you talk with him. It was the one where Riley put up the SA allegations against Chariot. It's the one where Riley pulled up these SA allegations against Chariot and used it guilt by association dough. Dylan got up and walked away after that. Do you know what? If you've got a constant situation where you apparently care about creating a safe space, and these aren't just like Chariot apparently admits to this. And you're still working with those people? It's not guilt by association, it's a pattern of fucking behavior. Is it not weird again that you have to defend this? Like, why wouldn't you care? Why would you want these people in your spaces if they're a risk? It's always the same fucking shit with these people. Right. Last thing. So, Gammy also received a lot of harassment. Gammy basically made a joke about Doe, which was Destiny saying, wait, what the fuck? Why am I arguing online with people pretending they're fucking deers? If they want to be a deer, we should be allowed to hunt them in real life. Doe. Hey, I don't ever want to do this, but can everyone report this tweet that's calling for my death? Thanks. It's a joke. No fucking way. Okay. I've just checked my DMs. I've just checked my DMs. That's no fucking way. Just to serve as a reminder, if you are trans and you interact with Fesh, be careful. He is reported as being extremely predatory towards trans women. Do not let him get away with his actions without facing the consequences. Okay, this is probably, like, surely this is a meme. Surely this is a fucking meme. This man is a danger and known chaser. If you're in the Seattle area and are using social media, be on the lookout. This person is known for harassing and stalking transgender women online, calling their place of work and harassing them in private messages. God, is that a meme? Jesus Christ. Fuck. Listen, Gay Fesh, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, Gay Fesh, and say I don't know if that's real or not. It wouldn't surprise me, but and it's funny as fuck. Jesus. Okay. So, let's go for Gammy, shall we? Give me a second, let me resize shit. If you got the receipts, then sure, and also probably would want timestamps of Gammy's activity, but also that feels intuitively intrusive. But also it's available for all peeps in the Discord anyway, so I don't have the screenshots on hand. Someone else posted them and I don't recall who. Still looking. It's probably that Gammy is not a regular in RGR's server. However, RGR has given her the content creator role, which gives her a crown in chat, and she once heavily promoted her. Oh god, these are going to be out of order. Right. Hating Merrick has to be one of the biggest red flags on this side of the internet. For anyone who doesn't know who Merrick is, congratulations, join the crowd of other people who don't know who Merrick is, because Merrick is now fucking irrelevant and I don't want to go into another person. One of my only disagreements with Merrick was when she thought people were being too mean to Gammy, and it's A, because she was unaware of Gammy's history, and B, because she understands what it's like to get dogpiled. She's one of the most thoughtful, considerate people ever. Gammy being on Twitter is directly harmful to a lot of people I care about. I'm not being hostile, but I just don't understand, why does this presence on Twitter mean so much? She literally tries to bully trans people into suicide if she deems you're not the right kind of trans or don't pass well enough. They once literally made a death threat against Doe, which got retweeted by one of the largest political streamers on the internet. Do you see the reframing here as well? It's not a joke. It's a death threat. Oh, she joked. Yami joked about deer hunting. So that's clearly a sign that they want Doe dead. Are you people cracked? But when Demonmama's community does something, oh, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal, guys. I don't know. I don't know if you're just harassing and bullying people. Actually, no, this person doesn't need to be called out. This person needs to be blocked completely. Every time outrage sparks around them, they find new targets to harass. They need to be starved out. They do this for attention. Don't give it to them. Don't give it to them. You're talking about them on Twitter constantly. Isn't that giving them the attention you want to... Fucking these people. But aren't there seeing people who covered up the death threat Sanderhall made for months? Yes, they are. Though I want to be clear about these as well, because I will differ in one place. While I agree with Sunday that if you're a leftist and you believe in this whole, like, oh, you need to be careful about what people say, people are vulnerable, all this shit, then you probably shouldn't be doing a nuke stream on somebody who's making death threats against their family and, like, having violent ideations or whatever. Do I think that? Fucking people shit talk stuff all the time. All the fucking time. But they covered it up. And we know they covered it up because everyone was aware of it. Chariot was aware of it. Demonmama was aware of it. Demonmama went out to do a wellness check herself on Xanderhall. And then buried it. And another thing about this as well. So, again, I don't have to stream for this. But Demonmama went over Keffel's whole little doxing group they had. The one that, you know, Gay Fesh was part of. And Cherry was part of, actually. Now, to go over those logs, Demonmama worked with Gay Fesh and Chariot. Who do you think wasn't mentioned when Demonmama went over that group? Because if your guess is Gay Fesh and Chariot, you'd be fucking right. Because when Demonmama's friends do something, Demonmama will cover shit for them. Now, lots of people cover shit for their friends. But don't come to me and tell me you're a good, moral, virtuous person when you do this shit. I have caught no end of flack. No end of flack over time. For when somebody I'm friendly with fucks up, I'll cover it. I'll even be like, two friends, you fucked up. You need to sort shit out. But I think that's the right action to take. I think it's what keeps all of us on a level. There is a big thing on the internet of there are no friends on the internet, especially when you're a fucking content creator like this. Like, eventually you're going to fall out with people. Eventually people are going to make streams on you. They're going to make content on you. They're going to take the piss out of you. God knows there are a couple of people who hate my fucking guts, and that's fine. I'm not angry at those people. It's just the game. It's just the game. But if you're going to sit there and do all this fucking moral posturing about how good you are and how safe a community you are, and then you can't keep your own house clean, come on, fuck off. Oh my god, I can see the seed on your mouse pad. I need a new mouse pad. This mouse pad's very old. It does the job, but it is like falling apart. It is, to be fair, like 10 years old, so. Beckett, she also stopped Zan from releasing shit with a threat to his platform. Well, I mean, again, that shouldn't be a massive surprise, should it? Fuck. This is Gammy. I start trolling a new trans girl. She's really depressed and suicidal. I make her more miserable and makes her engage in more harmful behavior. She kills herself as the cycle. And Demonmama saying this, you uncritically anti-support for Gammy. Do I need to show more of this stuff? I think we're good. I think we're good, right? I think you get the impression of who these people are. Now, one thing that I've not been quiet about is Gay Fesh's history. Yes, Gay Fesh made the decision to email the Bar Association, and this all got forwarded to Rakita. This is one of the ways, like, Gay Fesh's identity got out. And it's just, like, I've got no sympathy. I've got no sympathy for these people when they're doing that. Leave stuff out of the real world. Stop trying to destroy people's lives for no fucking reason. I think we're doing a round off at this point, I'll be honest with you. Unless anyone has any thoughts or questions, I think we're at the round off point. Demonmama, you need to look at your fucking server. If you want a space with minors in it because you want to be sex positive... Sorry, if you want a space with minors in it because you want to create a community that is safe for people you view as vulnerable, at-risk LGBT people, awesome. But you need to probably stop situations where those people are at risk. Because right now, your Discord isn't a safe space. Frankly, I've built this channel off the back of covering weird shit happening in Discord servers at this point. I've seen a lot of this shit, and there isn't that much fucking difference between your server and some of the other shit that's going on. The only difference is there's no image posting, but I don't think that's better. It's just like you don't have that kind of fucking like image stuff to deal with, but you're still having you still have the sexual conversations in your Discord. Probably do something about that. And again, I want to reiterate, I have used Aura in this as an example. I believe people who have told me they think Aura is well-meaning, that they're not trying to encourage this shit. They're just like a little misguided and have fucked up a little bit potentially. I'm not here to like fuck. I'm using them because they are the best examples of explaining how you wanted the server And also that there's sex ed, like you're having these fucking, you're openly encouraging sexual conversations in that server for whatever fucking reason. As for Fawn, the tweets from Fawn are fucking weird. They're fucking so weird, man. Come on. Dude, are they enough to call Fawn a pedophile? I don't think so, personally. However, Fawn clearly has inclinations towards certain things. And Fawn has been put in a position to have those conversations with minors. Directly. With people like Glooby. You need to do something about that, I would suggest. I don't know what that looks like, because Demonmama is very defensive upon her. I don't think Demonmama's going to break up with Fawn. I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see much less of Fawn. Not that they're like massively public eye. And I want to be clear about the Chariot stuff. It's not about guilt by association. I don't give a shit about that. It's about that you've got people like Fawn, you've got people like Vosch, you've got people like fucking Xena and Poppy, you got people like fucking Chariot, who are all seem to... I don't know whether you're just really unlucky with the friends you have, Demonmama, that they turn out to be freaks. Or maybe, like, I don't know whether it encourages that, or like it's something taken in. On the other hand, like, you clearly enjoy these sexual conversations. You enjoy the kink conversations. On your Twitter, you recognize that those are 18 plus things. You must recognize that having OnlyFans, people posting about their OnlyFans in your server is weird. That posting about like your own porn stuff is weird. When you know that there are minors around. And as for gay Fesh at the very least is a fucking liability to you. Sunday's right. And gay Fesh themselves seems to have no issues with trying to deplatform channels or Twitters, have videos reported. No issue. And no issue like with the idea of going IRL with this shit. And you know, one last thing, because I spoke earlier about the fact that I was speaking to someone else from the LGBT community. I think it all just reflects really badly on all of us. I think my biggest issue I have with things like at Kink at Pride is this. It's really simple. I don't care what your sexual orientation is. I think that certain things are private for a reason. And like, while communities having sexual conversations, and while like certain amounts of kink in like, I'm not saying Demonmama's fucking erotica shouldn't exist, or like that's like the end of the world. But if you're a heterosexual person and you're constantly trying to talk about how great your wife's vagina is or your husband's penis is, I don't want to hear that. Shut up. Fuck off. It is goofy to do shit like that. No one cares. No one cares. Okay. I hate this topic. I hope this is the last time I actually have to talk about Demonmama. I really do. I don't think Demonmama's going to respond to this. I don't think anyone is. And that would be great for me. Here is a load of information for those that do care. It is laid out with sections of Demonmama's history, associations, tweets from Fawn. I imagine more people are interested in Fawn right now. I can't blame them. I personally do not want to really touch this fucking topic. The only reason I've revisited this, because again, like, you know, we didn't do the Demonmama video and then do a load of content of Demonmama. The only reason is because people have gone over the Demonmama video, and actually it was tomfoolery, funnily enough. It was tomfoolery pausing on the screenshots in the montage at the end and being like, wow, I actually, it would be good to read more of these and see more of it and have more context for the Discord. So here's your fucking context. I haven't dumped everything because I'm tired of fucking reading it. Yes, there is more. No, I don't want to fucking talk about it again. That's where we are. I hope that this has been good. I'm going to close this section of the stream just so I can talk a little bit to chat. If chat has any further questions or anything. As a general thing, thank you as always all for all your support. I rarely say this, but my advice would be to not engage with anyone who's like tangential to any of this shit. Don't like, and I don't mean like engage generally. I mean like just if you've seen people in those screenshots who you've got no evidence that they knew they were talking to a minor or something, leave them alone. If there are people who are just members of Demonmama's community, leave them the fuck alone. You're never going to persuade any of these people to do anything if you just attack them. Many people watch Demonmama because they view it as a safe space. They view it as a community they like and like to interact with. That's fine. Let people come to their own fucking conclusions. And I know I'm not saying this to my own fucking audience because I know none of you actually want to go and interact. And actually, as a last thing, you know, I've had conversations with people from DM's community. Many of them were really nice. While I get annoyed at leftists and I don't want to deal with the politics of it, there are many really cool people in these communities. I don't want this to be viewed as a shot at them. I've said before that when I was a little Twitch streamer, you know, I think 45% of my audience was trans. This has always been a space where anyone can come and hang out, regardless of their political leanings, regardless of their orientation. I don't fucking care. I just want people to come and chill out, and I'm quite glad after a few years that we've got, like, chat can just be chill with each other. Fuck, that's really been shown through the ACC things, where people who would never normally interact will hang out in the chat. And yeah, thanks for hanging, basically. I'll see if I'll have a scroll through chat, see if there's anything interesting I just want to address. So if you've got anything for me, or if there's anything you particularly want to know or ask or point out, now's the fucking time. Tim Dog, what he reported Nicholas Diorio. Now this isn't. How is this not more known? Oh, fuck it, Scafish reports everyone. When did that even happen? I guess they forgot to tell Nicholas. They locked his account. I remember. This is like ages and ages ago. They contacted the Minnesota Bar Association for Nick Rakita. Then he doxed all the names of the people who did it. Sorry, but it was funny as fuck. Yeah, look, I disapprove of doxing and I disapprove of deplatforming very seriously, like his core principles. But I've always said that if you are somebody who doxes and tries to deplatform people, don't expect me to have sympathy for you when it happens to you. I'll kind of be like, I don't encourage it, but like, fuck it. You kind of open that door to yourself, and you're happy to do it to people. Doe never said it was a deer. I mean, it's like deer gender, isn't it? Like, I don't know. I don't want to get into the neo-gender shit. Because I fucking... Like, I did a stream going through all the fucking neo-gender stuff years ago. Like a year ago. Maybe longer, fuck. Such a kind of clusterfuck of conflicting interests and circle jerking. That's, to be fair, that is all streamer communities. I hate it when people protect friends. It's the stuff I actually disagree with Nicholas Diorio on. Yeah, again, a lot of people are going to sweep for their friends. You probably shouldn't. You'll probably end up regretting it, and you'll probably end up being in a position where that friendship will be even more burned by the end of it, is my experience. We got, there are appropriate ways to discuss sexual stuff with teenagers, but you have to be a trained professional, not a rando streamer. Yeah, like, again, there are spaces for that. There are resources for this. If people are confused, direct them. I think actually, unironically, I think creating a space where people like are like learning about who they are can be really positive. I just think this one isn't. Adults shouldn't be in Discord servers with minors, true and based. Dan Beckett's still going, yeah. Where are we? Beckett, just thank you for everything. I'm a shit poster, and this is my least funny stream. Fuck. But look, for those, I know that some people are going to want this information, and also I know that some people have wanted it talked about. I don't know if I'm the person to do this. Part of the reason that I didn't collab with Sunday or Tyler or any of the other people who talked about this is because, look, I'm a drama and lore channel. I know that I'm actually the weakest link and easiest point to attack in this. I'm aware of that, but fucking everything else exploded, so this is the time to drop this, so here we are. And for those people, because I did speak to some people who said, well, there are, what if other people want to come forward and things. I'm not the person to come to with your story. I've said this constantly through so many fucking dramas. If you feel like you have been abused or something, I'm not the person to come to tell that story. I'm not the platform for it. There are a couple of ways you can deal with that. My advice would be to go and seek professional help, not internet shit. But there are streamers out there who would be far better for supporting you than someone like me. This isn't like, I don't want to build clout or anything else off anyone's fucking victim stories. I fucking think that shit's insane. Every time I lurk here, I learn things I didn't need to know. You're welcome. What else we got? Fuck you, Beckett, for skipping my question. Okay. I don't know what your question was, Jack. Where are we? Can I see Jack in the chat? I have a fucking question. When are you going over Matt Powell finally? I don't know. Fuck, I need to go over Onodeus. Onodeus is really up on my list. Fucking asshole, he struck me. Right, some topics are upsetting. It's okay to be less funny. Like, I've tried to find look, I added the dinosaur. I tried to throw in some funny bits. We got the new angle. I really like the new angle. I'm really pleased. I wanted something like this as a setup for like ages. I thought it'd be really nice. Beckett is a stone's throw away from being a rape. I'm never. No, listen, that is Chud's thing that Nick and Diorio and then Larrick stole. Okay. It's hard for people to just be normal nowadays. How fucking hard is it to not talk sexually with teenagers as an adult? I think part of it, I will say this, I think part of it is a lot of people get really stunted in online communities and they forget how old they are. Not in like a physical sense, but they're like, it's so normalized to have these conversations around like Discord spaces when they're teenagers, that when they're adults, they keep doing it, not realizing how fucking weird it is. You don't sweep friends, you do an intervention. I mean, again, internet shitposter, so I mostly just do a drama stream about it. Is a new angle to make Matt Pitt jealous of your two legs? Yeah. Exactly why I did it. No, I did it. I did it because I just wanted something a bit more like, I like being off center, and I've wanted this for a while, and then we got a new camera, and now I've got a new desk. God, this was a fucking steal. This is a terrible desk, but it's got like plug sockets in it. I'm really pleased. Love a cheap desk. It's so much better than my old desk because I never upgrade anything because I'm super fucking lazy. When are we getting a room tour / setup tour? I don't know. I was actually like, I'm always trying to think of like things to like film that would be more than just stream stuff, and I'm terrible at it because I'm so busy. But at some point, like, I mean, I've got a whole house, so I was thinking of like doing like a setup in my living room or something that's a bit more like different, a bit more interesting. So I've got a lot of space to use. So maybe one day, but I don't think I'd ever do a tour. Does this include the bear and how you want things set up? Do you know what? I put him on the mic as a joke when I was chatting to Jenny before I was streaming, because we were just going over some last bits. And then I took him off and she was like, no, put him back. He's cute. So he lives there now. What's your favorite faction in 40k, Beckett? Plus looking at my other message here, you'll get a chuckle. Oh fuck, I'm not sure how I can find you Awakened. Repost it and I'll read it. What's my favorite faction? Probably Necrons. I really like Necrons. They're really cool. I really like their lore. What's the plush? It's a little dinosaur. It's like, I don't know what type of dinosaur it is. I should get a crab plushie, that's true. I have so many fucking plushies, guys. I'm not ashamed. I really like plushies. I've got like a massive whale shark. Some of you will have seen on stream before. It's great. My best friend got me that as well when I was really sad after my mum died. He was like, "You need something for your birthday," and I was like, "Can I have a whale shark plushie?" I was going through a lot, but it's great. Oh, I quite like the kin at the moment as well. The kin are pretty good. I feel like I need to find the Awakened now. Oh, there we go. Korn is pleased with you, Becky. You gave him blood and skulls. Blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne. God, I'd love to do a 40k lore stream at some point, actually. What's with the Dutch angle? Are you an anime character? Very appropriate for a stream where we're talking about lolicons. Plushies are amazing. They are amazing. They're soft and like just a little bit squishy. Macrons. Oh my god. Yeah, whale sharks are some of my favorite animals. I really like sea life. I don't know why I really like sea life, but I do. Okay. Please do hit me up and Connor. Maybe I need to get counterpoints on and we'll actually do a 40k stream. I'd be down for that. That seems like a good topic for a comfy stream, right? 40k. Can absolutely do that. Okay, I'm gonna see what is currently going on. Do you have a budget? No, I don't. I don't have the IKEA shot. I realize how many trans friends I have when you said that, and I was going to call it something else because that's what they call it, something else. No, I don't. My shark is better though. Bro, me and the wife go to the comic shop every other weekend. 4K Lore Talk's always fun. Yeah, I absolutely love. I actually am a massive Caiaphas Cain fan. And what else? Infinite and Divine. I'm reading recently. Need a Beckett harmful duo stream. Not gonna lie. So I've been talking to Harmful about another thing which we're going to be covering, which is the tiger stuff. And Harmful did a video the other day where he like shouted us out as like, oh, thanks for some help from Cope and Soothe. Now, like, a lot of people have like covered our Twitter threads, or a lot of people give us little shout outs. Harmful's one of those people where it was really cool because I've really liked Harmful for a long time, ever since the Candid stuff. Because I remember that back in the day. So actually interacting with Harmful a bit has been fucking awesome, actually. He's lovely. He's a really, really nice guy. But maybe I'd really like to do a lore stream with him and just chat about stuff. That would be really fun. Or just maybe do something over a drama if he'd be down. I'll ask, but I think he's quite busy. I assume so, and it's one of those things as well where like Harmful's more interesting than me. So if I do a duo stream with him, I can only lose viewers over it. Oh fuck. I'm looking through. I'm probably gonna raid you into Diesel, I think. Harmful Opinions are pretty cool, dude. Yeah, Harmful's great. Absolutely. More like his live does not reflect, like, he needs more people in his life. He should be way bigger than he is. Harmful's great. I don't know if you already said this, but how do you feel about Tyler and Sunday beef? I don't know. I know you like them, but Tyler's being unhinged recently while Sunday's trying to stay cool about it. I'm really sad. I'll roll a cigarette and talk about it a little bit. I'm really sad about the Tyler Twitter beef, Tyler Sunday beef. I do like both of them. I think that I think the whole thing was handled really badly, and people should have taken a step back. I don't know what happens in the future for both of them. I can see where both of them are coming from as well, and I really don't want to get into the middle of it. I'm mostly just annoyed by it because, like, I like Sunday. I've known Sunday now for like 2 years. Maybe, yeah, probably. Like around that, at least. Kind of like interacting in the same space. I think Tyler's really interesting. I think Tyler does good content. And I think they had a good. I think they had a good content together. Sunday lost his shit Dylan Burns yesterday. Yeah, I heard about the Hippie Deppy panel. But like, fucking yes, people are watching political panels because they want the fight. Very few people are going for a serious political conversation. I want both of them to move off the fight with each other. That's what I want, because I want them to stop fighting. Because I don't like being in a position where people are like asking me to take sides, because this fight got really personal when it didn't fucking need to. It's just not fun to cover. For me, personally. Give me a second.
It's a thing.
Yeah, so that's how I feel about that one. Annoyed. Tyler didn't have 6 Cope streams about it, so I don't think Tyler is being unhinged. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those where, God, this is a problem, because I can see, because I know Sunday well enough to know why he reacted the way he did. And I can also see why Tyler reacted the way he did. I think part of the problem, I think the problem is twofold. So from the Tyler side, the video is a hit piece, but it's a leftist hit piece, so it's difficult to engage with in certain ways. Like, I'll use pieces of it, but I'm not going to sit here and talk about Demonmama being a bad employer, because while I do actually care about labor stuff, it's just we're trying to get through content. And from Sunday's perspective, Sunday was trying to, in my opinion, work through a lot of the information that was being given to him, which was kind of like uncomfortable, and wanted to be careful with that. And that's a fair thing to do. Fighting on No Comment Chick's channel was just fucking insane. But yeah, the whole thing got very stupid. Are you sitting crisscross? I always sit cross-legged. I literally always sit cross-legged. It's the only way I'm comfortable. My legs are fucked. That's why I sit on the floor all the time. Not while I'm streaming, obviously, but mostly just on the floor. This is the first time any of you are noticing how bad my fucking, like, sitting posture is. Yeah, it's fucking terrible. I think I heard them fighting. One of them sounded like Kermit. Oh my god. Will you take sides against both of them? No, I'm not going to get involved. The the problem with that particular fight as well is, you know, obviously I've just done this a stream on Demonmama, but that's about. I didn't even really want to do this stream on Demonmama, right? Do you think I really want to talk about leftist infighting drama? It's not what I want. Tyler didn't bring receipts. You had more receipts in your stream, Beckett. Like, Tyler bought a receipt that everyone needed, and that was Glooby's story about Fawn. Without that, it's just the basic Fawn's into Shoda. And that was an important receipt. But yeah, I understand why Tyler went into the labor stuff. I understand that completely from where Tyler is coming from, but it's kind of like it wasn't the place for it. And one of the mistakes people make in kind of hit pieces is they throw everything, and then some of it doesn't quite connect back because it doesn't have the same weight. So like for this, for example, like the Chariot stuff isn't about canceling Demonmama for association. It's because like it says something about the associations Demonmama has that line up. Chariot is part of a pattern. It's not Chariot on their own that is the issue. Though it is pretty fucking weird to be the kind of person Demonmama is and be fine with having someone like that around. I only have the one Chaos Space Marines with a Baton, the Despoiler, but I love all the Traitor Legions and want to get armies for all of them. I was a Night Lords collector when I did Chaos. I really like Night Lords and their lore. The Night Lord books are really fucking good. The Night Lord books are so good. I've got all the Eisenhorn, I've got them in audiobook. I've got all of Eisenhorn. I still haven't listened to it. Beckett, can we plug Glooby's Ko-Fi? I can send it to you in DMs. Yeah, sure. I'd forgotten to do that. Yeah, so Glooby has some health stuff. I'm not going to go too far into it. But Edgy Beckett, yeah, that's true. But yes, if you'd like to provide some support to Glooby after hearing that testimony and stuff, when Kildra sends me the Ko-Fi, I will post that in chat. Did you ever play a Final Fantasy game? I really like Final Fantasy 9. Yes, 9. That is Glooby's Ko-Fi. Why do these happen in the beginning, in the middle of my workday? I'm sorry, Dancer. I'm gonna be back tomorrow with now recording. I have literally no idea what the fuck we're going over. But I'll be with the guys. Matt's still not back. He is back in September. Should be good. And I will be back midweek with stuff that's a little bit more fun. Okay. Right. Thanks very much. And I will send you over to Diesel, and I will see you next time. Peace.